Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. This is Chris, the American Mag. I got Gary, the Doctor, in the building. The Mighty Win is in the background. Right? Oh, there we go. Joining in. He was lagging. So if you keep lagging, man, just jump from your phone. Stop being a twat. What's going on? You good, bro?
Yeah, bro. I've
Everything
got
got it?
access now. I was still
Everything?
on Wi-Fi instead of 5G.
There you go, man. See, that's what you got. Come on, man. How long you been doing this? Come on,
Not
brother.
long enough.
Welcome everyone, of course. Hit the like button, do that usual stuff. If you're in the group chat, if you're everywhere, share it with your pals, share it with your Geordie friends, share it with all your Newcastle friends. We're waiting on Always Wolves, and he's a big Wolves channel, but I think over, what was it, 30 something thousand subscribers. And a good channel, good stuff. And so, hopefully they can join us in a minute. We've got a 2-hour show, so we're going to be doing. We got a long way to go. We still got a lot of news to talk about. We got the predictions to do, which Gary just put his prediction in. I just see on the WhatsApp. So there you go. If you're in the tournament, in the weekly tournament, we need you to put in your prediction ASAP, either in the chat or if you haven't already, in the WhatsApp group. Let me know if you can hear me good. Because the fellas were saying that my audio may have been a bit quiet. So just to make sure, because I hate not sounding good. Sound is my thing. Thank you to Mighty Mag and for being a member for 6 months and saying, antagonizing Jordy, happy birthday. Have a brilliant day, man. Happy birthday to the one and
Happy
only
birthday,
AG.
AJ.
Propa stuff, man. AG's been a mod for us, a good servant of ours. For a long time. Great lad. Helps out really on a lot of things. Appreciate you, man. And I hope it's one of many
Doing
to
a
come.
great job. He's on the show more than me.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. I hope that this is one of many to come, man. Many years to come. So, and when we go to Newcastle, we're gonna have to share a pint. Well, we don't have to share. You're gonna get your own, and I'll buy you a pint, but you gotta drink your own cup. We don't do that. We don't share cups, man. But congrats to you, brother, and hope that it is a blessed and wonderful day. Well, was it yesterday or today? When was it?
Today, by all accounts.
Is it today? I thought I read it maybe yesterday. But anyways, happy birthday, my friend, and we shall see each other soon, and celebrate accordingly.
Cheers.
Hell yeah! I don't have a beer. You know what? Let me go get it. Just for
Get a
AG.
beer, man.
I'm gonna have to get one of those pecan beers, man. Damn, I wasn't trying to drink that, but give me a second.
Oh dear. Well, you on? You've had some Madeira wine.
I'm on the Madeira wine.
Very good. Oh,
Be ashamed to
did
come
you,
here and not sample the wares. We're going to the winery at the weekend.
on the weekend? Yeah. Sounds good, man.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
No pecan beer, man. We got this Yangling Dingaling Hershey's.
The chinky beer.
Look at that, man. That's what it is. It's chocolate Hershey's
porter.
beer. Yeah, man.
Laundry water
with natural flavors. There you go. So this for you, AG. I bought these couple cases of these, but I wasn't really, not one of my favorites. So I'm not gonna buy more. But I'm gonna drink one of these just for you because I ran out of everything else. I'm out of everything, man. I don't have dog. I don't have my Stella Artois. I don't have my Coors Light stubby beer. I don't have nothing, man. So when I have to drink this beer, it's really chocolatey. So hit the like button, folks. You know that helps us a ton. So do that.
And have you seen Gary's background?
It's a magpie versus wolf, which is a wolf. Wow. We need it. I mean, wolf is gonna win that every time, isn't he?
Depends on how many magpies you've got coming at you.
Oh, that's right. You got start
One
picking around.
Two for joy. Pick his eyes out.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if always Wolves TV, Fans TV. I don't know, they haven't joined, but we shall wait for them, of course, and see what's going on with them. But I guess we can hit some news. And my way not gonna like this, man, but it is what it is. Look, I hate to beat her, to keep coming to this, but listen, the protagonists are not leaving it alone. What can I do? What can we do? We just got to bring it up. We got to talk about what's happening in the club. Transparency and clarity 100% of the time. We don't hide information. We don't try to do all that fake news and fake hiding stuff. We're not a mole for the club. If it's happening, and we got to report it and talk about it. So the Mighty Wayne wants us to hide everything and keep it all under the table, sweep it under the rug. But we're not going to do that here at NUFC Talk TV. 100% freedom of speech, freedom of the press. And, Craig Hope is reporting that inside Newcastle, civil war, that's quite a word, and why losing Eddie Howe over it would be a disaster, right, Craig Hope. In nearly 3 years of Saudi ownership, Eddie Howe is the best thing to happen to Newcastle United, he says. To lose him would be the worst, especially if caused by the club's own self-sabotage. CEO Darren Eales and sporting director Mitchell have played one of two games in recent months, incredibly dangerous and one incredibly naive. They say they want to support Howe, but the feeling is that he was not supported this summer, not in the manner deserving of a head coach who is worthy of his place among the leading candidates to become the next England manager. Rather, at times, it was as if he was isolated. First of all, do you agree with that?
No.
Yes or no? Gary doesn't agree with that.
The whole point is we don't. As far as we can go from Eddie's public statements, and okay, you can argue he's not going to come out and tell the truth. Why not? If there's all this civil war going on, what has Eddie got to lose?
Oh, a lot to lose, man. You don't want to.
What? What's he got to lose?
Why would you want the directors and the people running the club to go against you? That's not good. They're not going to bring you players.
No. But what I'm saying is, if that is happening, why would Eddie not make it public and say, this is what's happening? I'm not a happy chappy. If it doesn't change, I'm on my bike. Why would he not do that?
Well, I think tomorrow's going to be the first thing, isn't it? Tomorrow's going to be his opportunity to come out and address the press at the conference, the press conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because I would imagine that's going to be the first questions that are thrown at him.
Won't it be interesting to see exactly what question, because he's one of the major contributors to press conferences, he's allowed 2 questions to most people's 1. Is that going to be the question that he'll ask?
I would imagine it'll be a couple of questions. I mean, they have a couple of questions each.
Well, one thing that listen, I've been busy. I haven't told the guys. But one thing that we're going to start doing from moving on forward is Fridays is going to be solely and dedicated to the press conference, because we're going to analyze the manager, fully on what he's saying, especially this one coming up tomorrow. I would like for us to play the whole interview and dissect the whole interview. It's usually about 35 minutes, 45 minutes. So, we already have an hour and 40-minute show. So, and that's going to give us a lot to talk about, word by word, question by question. And there's a lot of things on the press conference that we don't always talk about, which is, first of all, there's this report that everybody criticizes, this Lewis chick that, according to everybody, she's a Macam and she's asking all these biased questions. Well, look, I haven't really. I mean, some of those questions are probably inappropriate, especially coming from her. People are going to think, she's got some agenda, and she might as well do as well. So, but at the end of the day, always remember, reporters are there to do a job, not to be the club cheerleaders. Now, some of those questions about Tonali being at, I mean, I think I don't think it's in the. That would have been a question at the time when we found out about it, right? Now, it doesn't seem so relevant. But to each their own, and that's why we want to dissect everything. Every press conference, I'm gonna do everything possible to. That's why I've been asking around about the post-match press conference because I want to upload that as a video as well for the fans. We got a lot of things going on now that I've got lined up for fans on leading to match day and post-match stuff. We got we're gonna dissect the pre-match press conference. That's gonna be live. The post-match comments by the manager, that's going to be uploaded as a video. It's usually less than 10-minute video, but people will be able to see it here. I still don't know how fast I'm going to be able to upload that because I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they do it after the match, but when do they upload it is the question. But as soon as we get it from the club, we're going to put it on the channel so you can actually see the manager's words, and and it'll be a good place for you to come and know that it's going to be there. Obviously we do the preview leading to the match. We got the live match commentary. We got the instant match reaction where we don't do player scores. We don't do none of that because it's a raw reaction right after the game. This one is going to be held with led by Paul Clark, and I believe Andy Bell is going to be on the match reaction now. I will do my separate player scores because I'm usually not in the match review. So I will do a player scores as a video. We're gonna put the full match highlights as well of the whole match as a video as well for you. It's done well for us in the past. We stopped doing it. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna post again the post-match press conference of Eddie Howe's statements after the match, and also obviously later on at 10 p.m. or usually 10 p.m., 9 p.m. It's 9 and 10 either or. The full match review and analysis, and that's not just bantering and yelling. It's a discussion. It's a full discussion led by Gary, led by the Mighty Win, to talk about what's happening in the game. I want to see a lot of data. I'm kind of like Paul Mitchell here. We don't got. We got to add data into our full review. We got to add all of that stats, heat maps of the Mighty Win. We got to add. It's got to be a full review and analysis of the match, not just a gut reaction, which is also welcome, of course. And so we got all that stuff lined up, of course. But we also got a segment that Mighty Win is not going to participate because he doesn't care about it, which is Twitter Reacts, and we're going to see what a video of fans reacting on Twitter and stuff, and some of those talk shite, but it is what it is. Old fans, this is where this channel welcomes old fans to have their say, man. And we disagree on a lot of things.
I love the YouTube fans reacts videos. They're great.
Yeah. Well, we might get into that as well, but with that, it's a little bit of a I've thought about it, but listen, a lot of YouTubers don't get along, and I don't even know who likes us, who don't like us, and the fact that they might see something on there that's in there from their channel, we might get in trouble for it because it's their material. So I don't know. I try to get along with everybody, and I believe that we're good with everybody, but you never know. I was just looking at Spurs fans; everybody hates each other. This YouTube thing is
I can't be bothered with all this YouTube politics.
Exactly. So that's why we got to be, we just got to do our own thing. Also, something that we're adding on match days and might be uploaded in the following day on match days or during match days is a lot of fans from the streets, from St. James's Park reacting also, or from the pub, and that's going to be led by Amrit, who's going to be doing his thing. He's already got a mic set up, and he's going to be going around asking people on match day their thoughts, and that's important for us as well. That we're trying to bring, literally fans to come on and have their say. They don't have to come on live. They can just get recorded. Upload those videos, kind of what AFTV does, on their for Arsenal, for their club. We're gonna do it on here as well. So, and we already did one cameo, one sample, one pilot, I guess you could say, on the channel, which did fairly good. That Amrit did, and I really like and enjoy the way he's done it, and we're going to call that the NTTV fan cam. So that's going to be great. It's going to come from outside St. James's Park, instant reaction, or in the pub, whatever. It doesn't matter. But true Geordies are going to come on and have their say via video. I said I'm going to do my player scores individually, and so yeah, we got all that stuff going on for match day, leading to match day, after post match day. So listen, stay tuned. We want to bring all Newcastle United fans to come on and have their opinion. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But then again, I kind of got lost. I went on a tantrum there. I didn't. I forgot what we were talking. We're talking about Craig Hope
Yeah,
this.
but just out of interest, I haven't got a pen with me in the pad at the minute because I'm not at my desk. But Niall Powell's went 3-1 to the Toon.
Yeah, I uploaded that one.
Yeah, and AG's just gone 3-0 to the Toon.
Oh, AG, yeah, 3-0. Yeah, he's
And
already
Rollington
documented.
were 4-0 to the Toon, I assume.
Rano. So, well, you give for assuming. How are you, man? He says
4-0
4-0.
Toon.
Oh, so 4-0 tune. So we're gonna put that on. Oh, come on now. Where's my keyboard not working, man?
I'm frightened to touch mine in case the internet drops.
Come on, man. Why is now my keyboard not working? Oh, the battery's on backwards. Can you believe that?
That would account for it.
But
who's the techno dinosaur?
There you go. So you say 4-0 tune. That's bold, man. Ronald Turnbull. We got sorry, beer bike and already set up. We got all you guys set up already. So we actually need trolls. If you're watching, we need you, bro. Foxy, you can become a member and enjoy, but it doesn't look like you will. But
BV.
Brian Scott. Brian Scott, we need your predictions. Paul, he already gave his prediction on the
forum,
on the chat, which we shall.
BV since 2-1. Is that to us? Yeah, I assume 1-2. So 2-1 to us.
Yeah, Beerback is already in there. I'm going for a horrible win for the Maxes. Paul Clark. I said Paul Mitchell. So
Chappers 3-1 to 2.
And shout out to Chapas, but unfortunately he's not playing. You can sign up though if you want to sign up for our weekly prediction tournament. Josh hasn't given his. Ronald Turnbull gave his. Alford hasn't. George Eaton hasn't either. Ian Fleming, what Ian said? He was in the chat.
Ian, he said, haven't got Ian's yet. He's top of the tree, isn't he?
Yeah, but
Niall's top of the tree.
Niall is first right now at the moment. Gary second. Ian Fleming third. Gary, you put it in the chat. What did you say?
3-1-2. If you look at 3-1, if you look at stats, they've scored 3 and conceded 9. So I'm going on stats this week. I reckon, law of averages, 3-1. Yeah. So let's see.
2-1 says Ian, and we're gonna recap this. So no worries. Niall. Oh wow, Niall Powell. I didn't update it. But I thought I did, so maybe I updated somebody else. Well, what did Niall say?
2 sets.
Niall's. Let me see. Niall. I'm reading the roving reporter. Yeah, I'm reading. It's gonna be.
Niall was the first one in the deal, I think.
Yeah.
3-1 Niall.
3-1.
3-1 Toon.
So 3-1 Niall. He is on top of the tree right now. Hills Zazar says, "Look at that, the mighty wind style. These 9 p.m. starts are no good for me." Says Hills Zazar. Well, we get it, bro. But we're gonna be live for 2 hours, so you can always join at 10 if you need to. All right, 3-1 says Niall. So we still need George Eaton. We need Josh. We need Ulford. We need Brian Scott, Foxy, and Trolls. So we need those fellas ASAP. But we're going to reiterate later on in the show. So if you see one of those guys in the chat and we don't see them, please let them know what's happening. Let them know that we need we need their predictions. All right, let's keep going on this article by Craig Hope. When Mitchell spoke for 90 minutes with reporters last week, it was hard to determine whether his words were deliberate or clumsy, refreshingly honest, or a little disingenuous. 8 days on, and I was present in the suite at St. James's Park. It was perhaps a cocktail of all four, a Molotov cocktail for some. One source at another Premier League club said he was told people he is going in to sort things out at Newcastle. But you can't do that without ruffling a few feathers. He has a lot of confidence in himself, says Craig Hope. And quoting, of course, because I'm assuming either Paul Mitchell said it or I mean somebody said it. But look, we've gone on about this. I mean, he did ruffle some feathers because obviously he's new, but he wants to do his job. So but according to Luke Edwards, everything is kumbaya. So really, I'm this first time I'm reading this. So I don't see anything more than what we've already been talked about. Luke Edwards said that everything is kumbaya. So don't see really much of look. That's what I was saying about the press conference, and I went on a rant there, not really a rant, but just an informational speech of the channel. That we're going to dissect exactly what Eddie Howe is going to say tomorrow, and I don't agree with the Mighty Win that Eddie is not going to get asked. I think it's wrong if Eddie previously tells reporters, "I don't want to get asked about this." I think that's wrong. I think nobody should do that. I think you need to let reporters do their job, and it is what it is. One of the protagonists said that, so he's gonna have to face the camera. Is it good? Does it make sense? Well, it might be Eddie might not be in a good position, or Paul Mitchell might have not put Eddie in a good position because he knows he's gonna get asked about that. But it is what it is. He's got to face the camera, and I don't think it would be good if he says, don't ask me about that. Which I don't think that would be proper. I don't know what you guys think, but I think he will, and we shall see what he answers tomorrow.
I think as after it looks, there's been no football. There's been no domestic football for a couple of weeks. The news reporter's got to report on something. This is, I suppose, hot on the press. They're going to make it sound as if, like you say, it's civil war. I mean, that you've just read them words, and all of a sudden it becomes an article where people are going to be interested in what's going on. We know it's not. We know they're obviously a little bit anti each other at the moment, simply because they've both got different roles to play in behind the scenes. So from that aspect, I think we've got to take everything what's being written with a pinch of salt. And trust me, once the games reappear, I think this rift that's going on, if it is, if you want to call it a rift, we'll all just fade away into the background. Yeah, we'll just fade away in the background. What we need now is for the lads to continue their international form, come back into the town, and kick ass, because that's exactly what we need.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
we need to kick on that. There's a few things I've started to chat about this, Chris. I don't know if you want to put them up.
All right, well, we can go about that. Niall says, throwing in my score. Oh, there we go. I did start it, see? Steven says, Craig Hope has been a mercenary all summer. I wonder who's pulling the puppet string to cause these articles, or is he
really that dumb?
That dumb, because I used to enjoy his
podcast and work. Yeah, I'm the same.
But I don't know necessarily what he's done to be called dumb or a puppet. Again, he's there to do a job. And it's not when it goes now. If he wrote an article saying, "I want your opinion on the match. We won 4-0." If he goes and says, "Well, Eddie Howe's doing an amazing job. I think he is the best manager, one of the best managers in English football. I think the way he's managing the club is great. Look at these players that nobody knew of. Now they're all of a sudden Osula is fighting for a spot against Isak. I think he's done a terrific job." You would hear nout negative about him in the comment section. But since
he's covering his backside with those comments that you read out earlier, though, isn't he? He's saying it would be a big mistake because Eddie's the guy. So he's covering his arse, but he's still saying troubles afoot.
Essentially, he is actually defending Eddie Howe and maybe criticizing a little bit of Paul Mitchell that we haven't seen. We've seen it from Luke Edwards saying that it's all good and well recruiting, scouting, but you still got to finish the negotiation, and he was leading that about Guy. So he did throw him a stone there, Luke Edwards, and actually Kirk Hope wasn't really doing that much. He was maybe doing the opposite because saying that Eddie wanted Gay or nothing, which if it's true, it is true, and whether that's detrimental to Eddie, it is what it is. But now he's saying, that Mitchell is either naive foolish or or just eager to do a job. But once you put that foolish or naive, I mean, it's hard to not take it that way or think about it that way.
The one thing that history tells us about football clubs is that if at any club, doesn't matter who it is, how big it is, how little it is, whatever, if everyone at the club is not pulling in the same direction, they're not going anywhere. And what we've had until Amanda went on her merry way at this club since the takeover is literally everybody pulling in the same direction. And look at the success that we had. Now, if this appointment turns out to have changed that, and if Darren Eales turns out to be the guy who's allowed that to happen, then steps need to be taken. And it's up to then the hierarchy to either back Eales and Mitchell or back Eddie Howe. But I still think everybody's making mountains out of molehills here. We've had a bad transfer window. Get over it.
Yeah. We're gonna get some of their comments because Steven says he disagrees with me, which is fine. We allow every opinion. I just want to say shout out to Beard, man. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. He's been with me, for a long time, watching the channel. Haven't seen him in a while, so hope you're well. And listen, you can call. He did call me, something bad back in the day, but it's okay, man. I've been kissed harder than that, so no worries about that, man. You go and do your thing. Obviously, keep it respectful. But glad to see you there. He says Craig Hope is a worm. Worm.
Worm.
Well, there you go. So keep starting some comments there. Beard says the fans have become entitled. Give it a few years. Beard, that wasn't you, man. That must be a different Beard, man, because you was criticizing Eddie Howe heavily before. So,
but I agree with him.
Yeah. All right. So let me get to the comments, and then we can get back, to the preview. Jordan for Life. I want how to discuss the players and tactics for the match. If the journalists want to know what's going on upstairs, ask Darren Eales. How is the coach, not the CEO?
Exactamundo.
Jesus, I think it would be foolish for any more info to be released. The less said, the better. If this is an in-house fight, then let it be. We don't need to know, not until something happens. I can agree with that. Jesus AG, I think until Botman comes back, we will always leak one. It's evident from previous games. Richard says, oi, lads. Chris, Gary, and the Mighty Win, how's it going? What Newcastle match are you listening to? Aren't we playing Wolves on Sunday? Or you just giving predictions? 3-1 to work like. We're going to do the whole match preview. We've got a lot of stuff lined up. We're going to do possible lineup from Wolves, possible lineup for Newcastle United. We got player-by-player comparison. We got stats about the head-to-head, some points and statistics, and of course, what the history can tell us about Wolves and Newcastle. We're going to do our prediction, the weekly tournament as well. We got a few pieces of news to talk about, and so we got a lot of stuff lined up, man. So Nibala, man, we're going to get to it. We got a lot of time. We got 2 hours of show, man, and maybe a little more. So we shall be good. Set. 32 for Life, Chris. That's because that would be facts on what people watched. Him reporting civil war. Let's see if he uses those words tomorrow morning. I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying.
Stephen Harker. Sorry, Chris. I disagree. He's been stirring the pot for all
stirring.
Stirring. If we need to cough, let's mute our mics because my damn whatever's in my ear just exploded, man. You might win. They didn't touch you, cover your mouth, man. Nowadays, you gotta put your elbow right there. Ain't that right, Gary? We don't contain like put the elbow in there, man. I teach my kids to do that, so I'm gonna teach you the same. Right to the elbow, bro. Helsazar, as far as hope and the media are concerned, bad news sells papers. They thrive on bad news. So if I was in his seat, I would redirect any questions about any disputes. But journalists also say that what sells is when the club does well. Which I've heard before. Um, DX says he wants to join. Which if you want to join DX, if you're watching, go on, man.
He said half an hour.
Never stopped you. So more comments before we get to the preview. AG, I think it needs a line drawn under it now. We need to move on as a club. There was always going to be an imbalance when new people come into the club. Says AG. Helzazar, no, Chris, no one has the right to demand answers, especially if the answer would leave the club looking like donkeys. All right. Niall Powell, supposedly some of I want to know the truth. You see what I'm saying? Now I don't think that they need to shoot themselves in the foot, but I want to know. I'm nosy. That's why I think I'm fit for this job, because I'm nosy. I want to know. I got a bloodhound. I got a bloodhound's nose, man. I want to know. I need to know what's happening. You see what I'm saying? I'm not just sitting in the wind and hoping and going, sitting along for the ride. I'm not. I want to know what's happening. What's happening? I'm just nosy, man. But Niall Powell, supposedly some of the other top teams are sniffing around for Nixon. Well, they ain't got to sniff around, man. They just got to put an offer. I'm sure they'll Newcastle won't hesitate to let that fella go. Ryan says, can you do a bit of PSR, because I bet, like me, a lot of people don't understand how it all works.
It'll be better in January, that though, when we get some.
That's it. Get some figures.
I mean, how does it work? You don't have to know the figures. You just say how does it work?
There's lots of information out there about how it works.
Well, the basic thing about PSR at the minute is that you're allowed to overspend by £35 million on transfers and agents' fees. So it's a rolling 3-year deal. So in any 3-year period, you can only overspend by a maximum of 105 million. So that's whatever the revenue the club takes, you can only spend 105 more than you take in, or you get done.
Yeah,
that's it in a nutshell.
Broski, Win is so cool. I love his shirt and style. Oh man, Broski.
Hey, my man.
Broski, we haven't seen you in a while, man. What's happening? It's Whitley Bay on Win's shirt. Oh, look at that.
I've never seen palm trees and surfboards in Whitley Bay, to be fair.
I've seen a couple of surfboards.
Thank you,
station wagons.
Thank you, Georgian for live. Says Chris, your sound is brilliant, nice, and clear, brother. Ooh, look! I got that soothing voice that will put you to sleep. This American accent that hold on. I need to put my mouth right here and like eat like something. You know how they have those videos of people eating like.
Yeah.
But shout out to Georgian for life. All right, start comments if you see them, folks. Please hit the like button. That helps us a ton to do better as a channel. So please hit the like button. Josh says 4-1 to Tune. So we got to update that as we go, because obviously we don't want to forget. So, and in case we can just start, in case we forget, 4-1 to Tune. Where is Josh? Before we go into the match, because we got to talk about the match, ladies and gentlemen. Where the hell is Josh, man? Oh, Josh. 4-1 Tune. All right, there you go. He's set up. All right, let's not waste any more time, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get to the match. What can we expect? Wolves is look, they got beaten really good so far this season, but as far as us is concerned, they don't usually give us help us out. They make it very difficult, as they should. So what do you guys think? I want to get your first takes on the match, and people in the chat, of course, get involved. Let us know what you think. How should we approach this match? Gary, what do you think about it, man?
It depends on initially their lineup, because they've played two different systems. They've played a 4-4-1-1 away from home against Forest, and they've played a 4-3-3 against Chelsea. Quite a fluid, similar to Eddie Howe He drops players into different positions. Gary O'Neill, not with a lot of success, if I'm honest. The creativity. I mean, we all know about Aït-Nouri and obviously Cunha. They're very they've got a couple of players in their side that will hurt you if you allow them. So one, you've got to work out the type of system he's going to play. Because of how they've started the league, he may go a little bit flat. He may not push on, even though they're at home, because he'll be looking at points to get on the board. So it could be a little bit of a strange one to start with this, until it could be the first 10 minutes. Let's see who's gonna try and dominate possession. And I think that's what we've got to try and do. We've got to try and dominate the possession. But at the end of the day, their XG on creation was very high against Chelsea, even though they conceded 6 goals. It's one of those games. History tells you that obviously we've never done really good there. 2017 in League One, Championship, where we beat them the last time in the league, and I think you have to go back all the way to 2011 in the Premier League. So it's always been a haunting ground for us. But I think we have a lot more ability, a lot more structure to our team. It's been a bit difficult this week, or these last 2 weeks, because obviously we've had a lot of kids on international duties. So half of the team have been doing a tactic. Half a team obviously have been away. So it depends on how they come back. But to be fair, I think at this present moment in time, Newcastle should have the confidence to win this. I think Gary O'Neill and Wolves are a little bit head down at the minute. Like I say, if you can keep Aït-Nouri quiet and Matheus Cunha, it should be good. I mean, Jurgen Larsson up top, he's more the Callum Wilson for them, if you like. He's a bit of a strong, bolchy type lad, 6+ foot wise. He likes to play with his back to goal. He likes the flick-ons for like the Cunhas and players to run in and behind. So again, he's going to be a target man for them. So there's a lot of things that can tear us apart, depending on how obviously Shaw fits in, because I would imagine Shaw will come in for Kraft. Depends on whether we'll get into our team, and I think there's going to be a little bit of a question mark on a few places. How Eddie Howe sets about to get to try and beat Wolves. It's going to be interesting.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got let me see. Just do it for this part. Let me introduce the one, the only.
Hey, let's see. Yo, there we go. Do that, boy. You do that. Hey.
Mother boys,
how you doing? You alright?
Amri, how's the mama's birthday, man? Did you have fun?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had chicken. It was really good. Yeah, we had chicken and wine. It was really good. Yeah, really.
By the way, did you not pay your light bill, man?
Oh shit. Okay, I'll put it up a bit. Sorry. There you go. How's that?
Oh, you can turn it up like that, man. We got the same stuff, man. Oh, look at that! The Mighty Wayne got them old switches,
you like
man.
That? Oh, yeah. We got this. I got about 3 of these in here.
Propa, man. Man, you got the chairs in the back, man. That's a vibe, man. You got to go in
my office, man.
Yeah,
my office.
No doubt,
my
no
office.
doubt, no doubt, man.
Come in, have a whiskey, have a cigar.
Oh man, that's Propa.
Yeah.
Propa. All right, what do you think about the Mighty Wayne shirt, man?
Look, he's on holiday, man. We'll allow him to have whatever he wants to have on today. He's gone to the mighty Madeira, man. It's a really good place. Really, really nice area. Yeah, some nice vibes out there. And he's on a podcast. You should be in the club right now.
Exactly. I don't know. Listen, he's trying to run things in the background, man. He's been bothering me all day. I'm like, dude, aren't you supposed to be on vacation? You either go and work or be on vacation, man. You can't have both.
Yeah, I
Come
get
on,
it.
man. But that's a good friend you got there, Mighty Wayne, because he avoided that question whatsoever. He went, the back door. He didn't want to answer about that shirt,
When in
which
the
is
back
good.
door, you got to be careful there,
Oh, you
Chris.
gotta be careful there. Yeah,
Oh
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want. We don't.
Not that good a friend. Not that
we,
good a friend, but you know.
we
You
don't.
know.
Yeah.
One way,
Right.
my friend. One way valve.
One way valve. That's what he says.
We don't play the crying game, brother.
It's what
We
he
don't play.
says. It's what he
Yeah.
says. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you know what? Let's look at. Well, Gary was mentioning something about the Magical. Were you done with your first assessments on the game on Sunday?
Look,
Gary. I was talking
I am,
to
yeah.
Gary. Okay, Gary's
I'm
good.
fine. I was trying
Okay.
to give everybody else a shout.
Yeah. So all
Yeah,
right. Well, let's
okay.
go with you, Amrit. We're gonna play Wolves on Sunday, of course. What do you expect
man.
from this game in particular, brother?
Look, let's be honest. Wolves are in a really bad run of form. Yeah, even for them. I mean, I say even for them. That's totally disrespectful. Wolves were a handful at the best of times. Yeah, but let's be honest, man. We've got Gordon coming back fresh, fit. We've got Tonali coming back fit. We've got Isak coming back fit. These are international players. We should do them. I'm sorry. I love the Wolverhampton mush, as they say, Wolverhampton mush. I went to Download Festival a long time ago, maybe 4 years ago, and I met 5 Wolverhampton fans. And every time they come up here, they always give me a ring. And oh yeah, it's been a draw. Oh yeah, it's been this. Last few seasons, they've come to St James's Park. They've never given me a ring. I've tried to ring them, Wolverhampton mush. But what I'm trying to say to you is tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Sunday, we should beat them. We should beat them convincingly.
Yep, that's a good take. Mighty Wayne, what do you think? Niall says that the ladies at Newcastle are getting a week off. You've been gone. So that's a good take, man. Right now, he's trying to get serious now. He's trying to get his wife back. But Mighty Wayne, what can we expect from Newcastle this Sunday?
I think a comfortable win. I think it's time we put in a performance. I think we've now got the squad, players to do it. As Amrit's just said, Wolves are going through a woeful time, letting in 6 against Chelsea. So if Chelsea can score 6 against them, there's no reason why we shouldn't get a few. We've got a pretty, a very good record, in fact, at Molineux in the Premiership. We've only lost twice, I think, since the Premiership started. They've actually won as many games at St James's Park as they have at Molineux. We've got a very good record. The only thing that worries me is 1-1 is just a recurring score there. There's games when we've actually, under Bruce, when we drew 1-1, when we should have been hammered out the sight, but there's been a lot of games that we should have won. Didn't get the rub of the green. I'm thinking particularly of Sean Longstaff's penalty that wasn't given. That's games we should have won those games. And more often than not, we're in front. And I think we've let in a couple of last 5-minute equalisers. But I'm expecting nothing less than a comfortable victory for the two.
Wow. Interesting. Craig Lee says we got better last year and we're lucky. Well, okay, so let's look at some stats as far as both teams this short season. Not a head-to-head or anything like that yet. We're just looking at stats for both teams. So, hey, look, stats are stats. So if you're not a fan, just listen, and it is what it is. But matches, of course, 3 each, no question there. Goals scored 4 to Newcastle, 3 to Wolves. That's very, very close this season. Goals conceded, very much a big difference. Wolves has 9, and of course Newcastle just 2. A lot of goals. They're letting them score a lot. I mean, they played against Arsenal and Chelsea as well, so take that in consideration. Assists. 4 assists for Newcastle, 3 for Wolves. So as far as the proactive, on the proactive side of things, very, very much the same. 4 goals, 3 to Wolves, 4 assists, 3 to Wolves. So as far as attacking is concerned, goals per game, of course, 1.3, 1.0, 1 for Wolves, very close there. Shots on target, 3, average of 3 for Newcastle, 3.3 for Wolves. Big chances per game, 2.3 for Wolves, 2.3 for Newcastle, 2.7 for Wolves. Big chances missed per game, 1 for Newcastle, 2 for Wolves. Very much the attacking. This just confirms what I said a little bit earlier. The attacking is very much the same so far this season. And what Wolves has in their advantage is that they played against much tougher opponents than we did. We played against Southampton with
except that our stats, include the fact that we played against Southampton with 10 men.
Correct.
For most of the game.
But it is Southampton nonetheless. What about Bournemouth? We play against Tottenham, of course. That was a good game that we got. So that's definitely a big plus. And I just want to be correct. Wolves Premier League have played against
Chelsea.
Who?
Arsenal and Chelsea were the big two.
Yeah, and the other one was who?
Forest, was it?
Forest, which is a decent.
1-1.
A lot of people say that they're going to get. They should be on the same level, and they ended up being 1-1. So look at that. All right, as far as passing is concerned, they got a better percentage of ball possession. 39 for us, 45% for them, and all these stats accurate per game. Accurate per game means what? I don't know what the hell that means.
Accurate passes.
Oh, accurate. Oh, yeah, because it's on the passing. Okay, 74% accuracy, 79% for Wolves.
Well, we know that that's our problem.
But yeah, so
Well,
it is. We can't really create, and that's part of the midfield, of course, which we have had. I mean, if you put Tonali in the equation, which we're going to do the lineup, of course, that should be better moving forward. But he's not the only one. So
on all of those fronts,
right? Defending, interested in defense. I think we're going to get them on this, but because they've allowed 9 goals, but clean sheets, defending. 0 for Wolves so far, 1 in those 3 games for us. So very much the same on that one. And I can't, again, I would like to have this. I don't know what games they kept. Well, they didn't keep the clean sheet any game. We did against 1. Who did we? Southampton.
Yeah.
Goals conceded per game, 3 for Wolves, 0.7 for Newcastle. That's very good. And so defensively, we're going to get them, I think. But so that's good. I mean, we're not proactive with it. We're not really good with passing and attacking, according to stats is concerned, obviously.
Well, if you think about those passing stats that you've just gone past there in the middle, it's been absolutely apparent from our performances this season that what we are failing to do is accurately pass in midfield, simple 5-yard balls, 10-yard balls. We're just not doing it. We're giving the ball away time and time again, and that needs to stop. And I'm sure it will when Tonali's part of that midfield, because the one thing he does really well is control the ball. I think that's a big thing.
A big one. All right, interceptions per game, 7.3 for Newcastle, 8.3.
I think Amrit was wanting to say something there, was he? Got his finger up. Amrit?
Well, you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, these stats don't mean anything to me, really, if I'm honest. Like, they played Chelsea at home. Yeah, they got 6 banged past them. We played Tottenham at home, and I think Tottenham would beat Chelsea, in my opinion. So I think those stats don't mean much to me, Chris.
No, I get it. Some people do care, and we just want to give everybody the full preview.
No, I get that.
Just give them
I
give them
get that,
stats,
yeah.
of course.
Over a season, you could argue that they'll be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, no, well, I know that, but we can't fast forward. We got to talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No, look. So 9 goals let past them. I think that's pretty bad. I think.
Well, they got scored 6. I think 6 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
They got 6 against Chelsea. They got 2 bang past them, Arsenal, and 1 against Nottingham Forest. I think they're there for the taking. If I'm honest.
Well, that might be telling you statistically that might be the case. You might assume that on that. Clearances per game, 27 for Newcastle's 19 for them. I think defensively we're pretty good. Saves per game as well, going to the goalkeeper. It's got to be goalkeeper or anybody that's about to score, right? Like a Burn saving it in the one save he did on the line. That would be a save if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure. And all you guys are quiet, so we just
no. You've got your clearances per game, which is at the top, which will be your defence,
right.
And obviously saves per game, as you can see there. We've saved 4 clear-cut chances to their 3.3, so it's very similar.
Right.
But like I said, you as Win has alluded to, you have got to take in the Southampton game where we just went into defence mode.
Right. Well, some people say that I mean, they might have done it on purpose, but against Bournemouth, we were very much in a lot of the spots in the game.
Yeah, but I think
we were on defensive mode. Maybe not by choice, or was it? I don't know. But Bournemouth was pretty good. They pushed us back. Southampton did the same thing. So.
And all 3 teams that we played against have, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even Spurs did. I mean, that's what I said. I think Eddie's obviously trying to work a tactic where we don't concede as many goals.
That's right.
So what that has also done is restricted us going forward. We've lost a little bit of momentum going forward with progression of the ball, which is standard. And you've also got, like I said, we've only
just. Bear in mind that's because we haven't had Shaw as well,
and we haven't had Shaw who can distribute the ball from the back. So there's excuses, and there's a rationale for what he's tried to do. What we need to see now, once the lads are back, because obviously everybody's saying, international break, there's going to be arguments about people saying, he's going to rest certain players. But if you think about it, our lads have just done nothing but, tactics for 2 weeks as well. So they're going to be game rusty. They may not be as sharp because they've had 2 weeks off. So there's a rationale and an excuse for any type of scenario. And I think that's what we've got to stop doing. We've got to stop giving them reasons for mistakes, if you like, because that's what's going to happen. What we need to do now is get our best team out as possible, and take it to Wolves. Because the one thing you've seen here, and I think we saw it against Arsenal. They were very, very defensive against Arsenal, but Arsenal put it on them, and they continued the pressure, and eventually they break. And it was exactly the same with Chelsea. The game was very, very close at one point. I mean, Wolves were on top, cracking that XG regarding creations. But what they failed to do, once they concede, they then open up a little bit more because they try and force you back. And Gary O'Neill's very much an offensive manager rather than a defensive. And you've seen that when he's gone to this 4-4-1-1, the shapes looked all over the place. And that's something that we can look at in a minute, because I can show you where the positions have been mainly in the games.
Yep. All right.
You know what? Can I say something? Sorry. Before we go on to that, I mean, Fabian's due back, isn't he? So he walks into the team, in my opinion. But to 2 of the positions which we've actually been quite complimentary on, which is Dan Burn and Emil Kraft. But like I say, I think thinking about that with a little bit more foresight. If you've got Fabian there, he's chomping. He's coming back from a suspension. You've got Tonali, who's chomping to start, and he should start, in my opinion. We will be miles past Wolves.
And that's it. Those 3 games, one we were down to 10 men, and the other 2 we were playing without Shea, who was our only creative defender.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And just to finish up with these stats for the season, fouls per game, 13 for us, 15 for them. Offsides per game, well, that's, I don't really, 1 for them, 1.3. I like fouls, though. I like fouls. That tells me a bit of something. Goal kick per game, I don't even know what's that relevant. 9.3, 6.3 for them. Throws in per game, man, they got everything. 17.3 for us, 17 for them. And yellow cards, 2.7 for them, 2.7 for us. Interesting. All right. Anyway, we obviously had 1 red card, so that you guys were alluding to. Let's get to the comments that we've got some reaction about the statistical things. Colton Connor says we are fifth. Wolves are in relegation. That's all the stats I need. There you go. Craig Lee, I'm hoping for a win, but fancy a Desmond. What's a Desmond?
2-2.
A 2-2.
Desmond 2-2.
There you go. Georgian for life. 1-1. Oh, they play against Forest. Beer Viking. Ball possession is due to the red card in game plan versus Spurs to counter attack. All right. Colton says technically it's 2, but Burns scored for Tottenham. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Craig Lee, we've had no shot in our matches, and Burn and Kraft are poor on ball. Ooh, that's tough for Kraft. I agree on Burn, but Kraft, I thought he'd been decent with the ball.
I think Kraft's arguably been our player of the season so far.
3 games.
He's 50-50 because of his knock. So he's still only 50-50 whether he's going to be fit enough to play.
Who,
so
Sharp?
He'll be benched anyway. No, Kraft.
Kraft. Oh, really? Okay. So we're going to have to consider that later on for the lineups. Broski, Dubs must start. He was gold or god last season. Well, I think he was good.
I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree.
Man,
I think Dubs is better.
Whoa, hang on.
There's no chance that Eddie's going to put the Brad.
There's no chance at all, but it's very unusual to have people agreeing with me that.
I agree with you, man.
I'm the same. Dubravka, in my opinion, I feel more safe when he's behind the net than Nick Pope. Recently, especially, and a lot of people say Nick Dubravka's shite as a second keeper. To them, I look at them and go, are you kidding? Because Dubravka will walk on to quite a few Premier League teams' first team goalkeeper straight away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Beard says Newcastle don't win many away games, he's saying.
And that's got to change.
David T. Head says 1-1. It's always a draw against Wolves, but Hart says 2-1 to us. Colton Connor, Newcastle don't have any more excuses losing away games. Benjamin Maven, I'm really enjoying Amrit on the shows. Good fella. Good stuff, fella. There you go. He's part of our extra time show. Second Nice and Jordan has been poor on the eye, the football, but we are not in a bad place points wise. But we need to get the silly mistakes going, holding the ball too long, etc. We are fighting for top 4. That's all I'm seeing in a cup win. It says Colton.
Yeah.
So
happy club United.
Stephen Harker says behave. We would have got Champions League with Pope, in my opinion. It says Stephen.
Great to differ.
We would never know because yes, Pope comes out and yes, he commands the box, but would he make a mistake? Cost us a red card again, like he did previously, and cause problems. So we don't know. Yeah. We never will.
Interesting. Welcome, Pete. WY says Pope is one of the best shot stoppers around. Different level to Dubs. Decent backup though, says Pete. Shout out to Pete. Haven't seen you, man. Thank you for being on the show, on the channel. Let's talk about some stats, but not like insights, you would say. The Wolves have scored 5 goals in their last 5 matches. Mateus Cunha has the most shots on target per match for Wolves. So Mateus Cunha is going to be one of the ones that wants to poke the bear for them. Also, Mateus Cunha has created the most big chances for Wolves for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So that's the one guy that we got to be careful with. For Newcastle United, we have scored 6 goals in our last 5 appearances. Newcastle United haven't lost to Wolves in their last 5 meetings. 5 meetings. We haven't 3-1 and 2 draws for us in the last 5 meetings. I'm assuming this is everything, not just Premier League. Or maybe it is.
Well, we're gonna take a look. In the cup for a while.
We're gonna yeah, right. Haven't lost in 6 matches. We haven't lost in 6 matches, of course. Not sure that they're counting, that we played against the preseason games or whatever, which I'm assuming they are, but still haven't lost. So yeah, actually they are counting them. So as far as team form is concerned, we got the exact thing here, and maybe I can't believe I stopped sharing it. Oh man, that's not good. So as far as that is concerned, you can see it on your screen right there, fellas. We played, and this is the teams. It gives you context of those stats that we talked about earlier. We're gonna, the last game there is obviously a friendly, but I mean you can count it there. We beat 1-0. We beat Brest. They lost against Rayo Vallecano, Spanish club. And as far as the year, what counts, official games, we won against Southampton with 10 men down. We drew against Bournemouth 1-1. We drew against Forest 1-1. We don't count Forest, but it does count on the form. Might not count for the for the Premier League, but it does count that we did. It wasn't the greatest game against Forest. So it's 4 games. In Tottenham, I guess you could say the best game that we played. We got the score, of course. We got the result, which is great. But I'm not too sold on the form yet. And you're 4 games in. How many games do you need to get a form? The manager has been there for a while. Players have been there for a while. How long is the question to you guys? How long do we wait for this form? Because at the end of the day, brothers.
No, I think as long as Eddie gets the selection rate at the weekend, I think that's turnaround day for me. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. Unless Wolves pull some magic out the bag, which I can't see happening.
But I'm saying, how long do we wait to have a form? That's a question. Don't try to.
I'm saying that for me, it's gonna happen on Sunday.
Oh, it's gonna be against Wolves. Hey, Gary.
Well, it's like I said. That's like saying how long is a piece of string. If Eddie's trying to bring in a different tactic to what he's been doing for the last 2 seasons, where we've high press, and obviously now you've got James Bunce coming in, who's obviously the guy who's the injury expert, and he's going to be obviously giving some input into the lads, and there may be some reasoning behind why there's been so many injuries over a period of time. There could be a number of rationales why we just haven't hit the high notes yet. But I think the concern for me is more the fact that it's not just 1 or 2 players, is it? It's the entire team, which makes it sound like to me that there has been some difference in his preparation. It takes a lot longer than 3 games for a team to gel in this said tactical formation. And if he's looking now for a counter-attacking team rather than a high-pressing team, that could take 6+ games before you start to see us running on a high note constantly. So without knowing where Eddie, like I say, because you can't really count the Southampton game because it was the sending off that changed the outlook of the game. But when you go into the likes of Bournemouth, and we know what Bournemouth are like away at home, again, very difficult ground to actually get a result from. So for me, coming away from there with a 1-1 was a really good result. The Spurs game is always one of them games where you just go, they're going to come at you, they're going to press the ball. And what I thought we dealt really well with a makeshift defence, with players not really hitting the high notes across the 11. So from my aspect, it's been very, very positive. But like I said, until we get the whole 11 up to match fitness, which, like I said, could take 4 to 5 weeks before everybody's literally at that point, then we will never really know. But like I say, at this present moment in time, we cannot argue, or we certainly can't critique 7 points out of 9.
All right. Well, let me welcome Dave from Always Wolves Fans TV. Great stuff, great channel. Dave, welcome to the channel, brother. How you doing?
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
We're doing
right,
great,
Dave.
man.
Very well. Looking forward to Sunday.
Oh, yes. Of course. Always look forward to playing Newcastle. Normally, when we play away, I normally up for the whole weekend. But unfortunately, the away game this year is going to be on a bloody midweek game, so so it's a bit of a pain. We always try and make a weekend of it.
Yeah.
And you find the difference at Newcastle, of course, when you come up here, is that you can go in all the pubs.
Yeah.
No. We go to a very it's like a really nice restaurant. It's steak restaurant, and it's got like I don't know, like this white tree in the middle of it. I can't think what it's called now, but it's really, really nice. We tend to go there. Not really one for being on the lash, to be honest. I like my cups of tea.
Me too, bro.
No, but famously, the last pub in Wolves for away fans to drink in has just closed.
That's the Blue Brick, yeah.
The Blue Brick, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, that's on the way into Wolverhampton. I guess that's the pub or whatever's happening. I think that's a real shame, really, because I don't know what.
So all of the authorities now are recommending Newcastle fans to do their drinking in Birmingham.
Yeah,
which is a bit strange because you're from the north and you're going to go past Wolverhampton to go to Birmingham. Possibly what I might suggest is Stafford.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Or drop into Warsaw.
Well, I live in Stafford.
There you go.
So, and there's a train station in Stafford. There's plenty of parking. There's Wetherspoons. There's plenty of pubs and stuff like that, and it's literally only 30 minutes from Wolverhampton. So Stafford or Panic would probably be your best, and they're not far away, really. Literally,
really, Dave. All I'm doing is slapping your wrist for not looking after away supporters the way we do.
Well, I sit on the match day experience group at Molineux, which is with a board member of Wolves. So I shall bring that up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. And by the way, Dave's got a great channel over there. 34,000 subscribers. Always Wolves Fan TV. Dazzling Dave.
That's right.
Is his known. So great channel, of course. He's tagged in the description. You can see the channel in the title. So subscribe to him. Good stuff, of course. And what's going on with Wolves, man? You know, you've got a few losses, but
Mate,
against top teams. Chelsea.
Our start is the toughest of. I think it's been statistically said it's the toughest of any team, really, because we've got such a difficult start with all the games that we've got to play. I mean, we had to play Arsenal away first game of the season, so that's obviously going to be a difficult start for us. So, we lost 2-0, although at 1-0 their keeper made a really, really good save, and then we were on top for about 10-15 minutes. Kuhn had a really good chance. He just coming back from injury, didn't take it. Obviously, then we played Chelsea, and it was a really good game, 2-2, and we were probably finishing the stronger in the first half. But then they scored 3 goals in like 15 minutes because our left back, who was really a wing back, Ryan Aitnori, was out of position. They exploited that, and the game went away from us. We got a win in the League Cup against Burnley, which we were a much changed size and we've never troubled. And then we got our first point away at Forest, which is never an easy game to go. But then you got to follow that up with the fixtures that we've got. We've then got you guys, Brighton away in the Cup, Villa away, Liverpool at home, Brentford away, Man City at home, Brighton away. So we've got Brighton, City, Liverpool, Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Arsenal in the first 10 games. That's a tough start.
That is a tough start.
So,
Speaking of running, though, Dave, that's what you got to remember, Matt. Your running's going to be a doddle.
Well,
Yeah.
I think if we can be on around 8, 9, 10 points after the first 10 games, we'll be in a decent position. But we've got it's not easy to get points against anyone in the Premier League, as you well know. You know, every team, you know, on its day can even beat City. We've done it. We did it. We've beaten City 2 or 3 times since they've come up. We beat them last year, so it can happen. But like, it's just a really tough start. So, you know, it's a tough one. But
are you happy with the transfer business that Wolves have done?
Well, obviously last year we had a lot of issues with FFP and PSR, and we sold £140 million worth of players. Wow. The likes of Neves went to Saudi, and you know, Julian Lopetegui decided that the squad wasn't good enough, but Gary O'Neill came in with 3 days, no pre-season, and at one point we were looking to go to a semi-final of the FA Cup, and we were looking to qualify for Europe, but we had terrible injuries. We had 4 out of 5 of our forwards all injured at the same time. And you take that out of any team, you're going to struggle. And then Dawson had a groin injury, and luckily we were well safe, and we ended up finishing 14th. In the end. But I'll take 14th, considering everyone had us to go down at the start of the season. And this year we're a bit better off with the PSR. We've still made £30 million profit. We sold Kilman to West Ham for £40 million, £40,000 we paid for him, by the way, and we sold him for £40 million. Nice. That's not a bad deal. His family's down in London. Nice lad. Pedro Neto went to Chelsea because Chelsea just buy anything. If it moves, they're going to buy it, and he moves quite quick. But with 53 million for him, great player, world-class player on his day, big miss. But he only was fit for 42% of the times. You know, we had him for 5 years, and he was fit for less than half of it. And then we've bought in Rodrigo Gomez, he's from Braga, on the same sort of track that Pedro Neto. He hasn't started the last few games. We bought in Pedro Lima, who's a young Brazilian sort of fullback, a lot of talent. Hasn't started the last couple of games. Did a bit in pre-season. Jurgen Strand Larsen from the Norwegian stable, played a lot with Erling Haaland.
He's a bit of a brute, isn't he?
First goal against Chelsea. Jurgen Strand Larsen.
I think you can call him the Haaland Light, can't you? Haaland Light. Because
he's Haaland Light. Yeah, that's about right. We bought in a French lad, Bastien, who's 18. He's not quite ready yet, really, defender. And we've brought in the lad from France, winger on deadline down. His name escapes me now. And then we bought in Andre, another Brazilian.
Who's
apparently midfield. A real player.
Yeah, the
so
midfield.
If you want to summarise all of that, do you think you're better off than you were last season now, or worse off?
That's a great question. You know, I think we've got much stronger depth. But less.
That's why I asked it.
Yes, depth-wise, it's a great question. Depth-wise, yes, in terms of depth. But first-team quality, I think we're very light in. I think we're light in defence. We needed another central defender. We probably Gary O'Neill switched to a back 4 from a back 5, which is when you've got a back 4, you want 4 defenders, not 3, which is what happened against Chelsea. So we've got a lot of wing backs at the club who is making play fullbacks, and they tend to. Ryan Aitnouri is a brilliant talent, but he does get caught gallivanting upfield. And that's an area that concerns me. Our left-hand side, I would have happy we could have got in a proper left back.
We've got one called Target you can have.
Pardon?
We've got one called Target you can have.
Well, I'll tell you what. So it's going to be interesting because I think Gary's going to want to play this back 4, which has made us more attacking and more offensive. So I think we might score more goals, but I think we're going to concede more. And I don't want to be a Leeds where it's like, oh, we're going to try and score one more than you, because you know, in the Premier League, you don't take your chances, you get punished, and that's what happened against Chelsea. They caught us. They started to find the back of the net against us. Typical. And against Arsenal, when we were in the game against Arsenal, we had 2 great chances to level. And like I say, we had them pinned back in the second half at Arsenal. Didn't take the chances. Then Saka does what Saka does, cuts inside, bang, 2-0. And that's the difference. Quality in front of goal. And we've got to solve that problem and also try and keep teams out. But we did better against Forest. Tough game to go. Forest got a lot of investment going. They're always going to be up for it over at Forest, and so we've got a point. So we've got our first point. So we're not on 0 anymore.
Onwards and upwards,
Hold on. Yeah, onwards and upwards. Hels Azar, thank you for the gifted membership. Is going to Lewis Miley fans, so thank you, Hels, for that. We got a question for you, man. What do you think about Gary O'Neill, Dave?
Yeah, Gary O'Neill. I mean, yeah, he's galvanised the club and the players and the team last year. He's a very intelligent manager. When he first come in, very uninspiring. A lot of people were not very impressed. It was like calling him a PE teacher. Then, you know, had a difficult start. And then we got that win against Man City. He went on Monday Night Football and he started to think, well, actually, he knows what he's on about. And that turned the fans around, really. I don't know if you saw that on Monday Night Football when he was doing that the tactical analysis in training and then in match. Gary O'Neill has this idea that he wants to play like this, and then he adjusts it to the opponent. So he's not like the guy over at Tottenham who basically says, "Okay, we're just going to put everyone in their half and just do that, and then we're going to win." Yeah. And he sticks to it. He really analyses the opposition and has a game plan for every game, and that works really, really well. But where it's fell down is when we had the injuries and we wasn't able to put the game plan in place. Gary O'Neill has also admitted that he might have to make the transfer window didn't go how they were hoping it would or promised it would to play exactly the way he wants to play. So, you know, he's having to solve a few problems there. But I think he'll persist with the back 4 because that's the way he wants us to play. And of course, Wolves, you know, for a long period of time, especially after getting promotion to Nuno, we're a back 5, you know, 5 at the back, pace and attack, wing backs and all that. So it's a bit of a change. And we might have a bit of pain with that, but he's sticking by it by the sounds of it, sticking by his philosophy. But this Andre that's come in, the Brazilian, he's only 23, he's won everything in the South American League, including the South American Champions League. He played 86 minutes for Brazil the other night, was the best player on the pitch. He's very defensive-minded. He loves sitting in front of the sitting, So he's going to he'll probably help us a bit defensively, and he likes to pick the ball up, play short passes, and it might mean there are other midfielders like Gomez, Tommy Doyle, Mario Lemina, can play a little bit further forward, which if that happens, it's a good thing because they can play, they can run with the ball.
I like Lemina.
Yeah, Lemina's a great player. He's our captain now. Tommy Doyle's a great player, you know. I mean, we've sold Mateus Nunes to City because he went on strike at Wolves for 40-odd million, and all he did was get splinters in his bum and break his finger. And we got Tommy Doyle, and he's a great player. His range of passing is so good. And he's always looking for a forward pass. He's a proper good player. So midfield's probably one of our strongest areas. Actually, it's the defense I worry about a little bit.
Well, talking about players and lineups. You know, I would like, if you don't mind, for you to give us your lineup. This is obviously something that the website FOTMob came up with. Not sure that's how you want to play. You guys usually play 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2.
Yeah, I mean it's always a bit of a mixture. He's playing 4 at the back, so I don't know what's going on with my phone there. It started playing, I think, from a series. Started playing some Stormzy. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. Semedo will definitely start without a shadow of a doubt.
No doubt with Johnstone, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean he's come in. Jose Sarr I think he lost it a bit, and I think Johnson will start. He did well against
Okay.
Jose Sarr is a great shot stopper, but not so good with the distribution. Johnson seems quite good with that.
Yep.
Yersa Mosquera will definitely start. Dawson came in for the last game and did a good job. but he hasn't got the pace. So it'll be interesting to see whether he does start Dawson or he starts Gomez in the centre. We're sticking with that. Ryan Ait-Nouri, yeah, he's kind of like a wing-back type of player rather than a winger. I think he'll probably play more like a 4-3-3 this weekend. It wouldn't be surprising to see the midfield three.
Let me see if we can try to change it then. 4-3-3.
Andre,
okay, so
I think he'll come in.
So the back four is good.
Yeah, I think yeah, he might play that back four, but it could be a swap for. I think I would go with. I think I'm going to go with Gomez in the middle, instead of Dawson.
Okay.
Potentially be Dawson or Gomez. I think he'll start with Ryan Ait-Nouri on the left-hand side, and he'll try that again.
There we go. Nouri on the left side.
Yeah, and I think the midfield three will be. I mean, I'm guessing this because it's all a lot of new players. Will be Andre, Lemina, and Gomez.
And then Andre, Andre. You got to put him on. So is this the order you like, or?
I think
Andre will go centre.
I think he'll be playing more centred, dropping back a bit and leaving Lemina and Gomez.
Right.
Up front, Jurgen Strand Larsen in the middle, Matthias Cunha, and he'll probably start. I think he's been starting Bellegarde recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if he starts Bellegarde. But we've got so many options up front. Larsen will be centre, Cunha, and potentially Bellegarde. But this depends if he starts the fourth. I mean, I don't know because this is
Cunha your best player?
I would say that.
Who do we need to worry about, man? Give us the cheat codes.
Cunha definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Definitely Dawson's not playing up front. That's for defo.
Okay, so you got who did you get here?
I reckon he'll probably. Let's go with Carlos Forbes.
There we go.
And this is just pure for fun. He might drop him in to start him potentially.
Yeah.
Cunha Larsen, and it could be a 4-2-3-1 formation quite easily as well.
This is interesting here by Richard Cardwell. So this guy's the player I'm scared of is Hung Lee. Huang Lee.
He was absolutely dreadful against Forest. He was.
So you don't think he'll play? Which he was really.
He's had 2 good games against us.
Last season he was scary for us.
But he was just off it at the last match. I don't see him starting. I think he might come on. I think it'll either be Bellegarde or Forbes that'll start. But I don't think Wang will start. I just don't see him starting. He was really poor. He got pulled off against Forest. He just didn't see him on it at all. He might start. As I say, we've got a lot. We've got Rodrigo Gomez as well who could start. You know, you've got
a lot of players, man.
We've got quite a lot of options going forward. But I'll be interested to see if he does start that 3 in midfield. Be interesting.
It seems as though you play more of the 4-4-2 or the 4-4-1-1 away from home day.
Yeah. So because obviously Forbes and Andre are coming really, really late, he might switch to it. He might go with the 4-3-3. But Wolves tends to sort of evolve that sort of system. It's a bit of a hybrid with and without the ball.
It's fluid, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but he's trying to develop this. But like at the moment, it's still early days. With so many players, it hasn't quite settled yet. And you say the Johnson thing's quite interesting because Sarr has been our number one for so long, and then he basically wasn't even in the match day squad for Forest, so he didn't get sold. I think he had a bit of a paddy. Johnson's come in, and he made a couple of good saves, and his distribution was quite well. So I think Johnson will start. Funnily enough, got this here, which you might be. This is the actual shirt. If you can see that, it's got his signature on it. That's the actual shirt Johnson signed on for Wolves.
Really?
That's the actual shirt. Yeah.
How'd you get that, man?
Well, I did a charity event at the weekend.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
For the Wolves Foundation. I got this donated.
Good stuff.
For our fundraising thing, but it's the actual shirt he signed in. And he
Yeah,
signed it.
wow, that's pretty
So,
good. Pretty cool stuff,
I
man.
asked us, the media team gave it to me, thanks to them. But so we're doing a bit of fundraising. But we've raised nearly £8,000. We're on the way to £8,000 raising for the foundation. So I was really pleased.
Good stuff. Good stuff. As far as suspended or injured players, what you got going on there, man? Cunha's not suspended.
There is a few question marks over Ryan Aït-Nouri and Lamina, because they both were pulled out of the international squad with a minor injury. So, and when Gary O'Neill speaks tomorrow, we'll probably get a bit more of an update. Semedo was obviously out for the first 3 games of the season. He came back in for Forest. So he's a big player for us to have back. Outside of that, other than Boubacar Traoré, who got injured,
knee injury.
Yeah, I don't think we've got any other issues at the moment.
Yeah, well, you got I can't say his last name, Sasa, but that he's going to be
Sasha
going.
Kalajic, yeah, I mean he's long term out.
Enzo Gonzalez also right until next season.
Yeah. I mean he's a young lad. He went
away. What about
Mosquera?
Mosquera, I got him here as doubtful with a muscle injury.
Well, obviously he's been away on international duty. If he's injured, I'll be really, really disappointed. As I say, there's nothing confirmed on that.
Okay.
He was out on loan for 2 years to Villarreal, and he came back he's a Rolls Royce. He's not muscular, but he's very lean, very, very good on the ball, quick. He's a really good defender. Another forward that we've had come back on loan, who we bought for a lot of money, is Gonçalo Guedes as well. That's another one on the forward line. Guedes. So Gonçalo Guedes, Rodrigo Gomez, Forbes, Wang, Bellegarde, Cunha, they're all interchangeable, really. There's a lot of options going forward that we've got. So, I mean, any of those could potentially start, because I think all those positions, apart from Cunha and Larson, because I think they'll definitely start, any one of those could start in those forward areas, depending on how they're doing in training.
So just out of interest, Cunha has played 33 minutes against Arsenal, 68 minutes against Chelsea, where he scored a goal. And he played the full 90 minutes against Nottingham Forest, where, according to my statistics, he didn't do that much. So why are you pinpointing him as the player to watch? Sorry, I'm not being, I'm not playing like devil's advocate or anything. I'm just asking you generally. Well, why do you think he's...
Cunha picked up a he picked up
a little knock against Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah, he picked up an injury at the first game in pre-season against West Ham in the States. So he was out for a long time, which is why they've been bringing him back into. But he can run with the ball, he can shoot. He's just got everything that you want in a forward. The other one that you need to watch out for, Joe Gomez. Yeah. He is a player. He's a player. He's lots of teams are going to be coveting him over the next 12 months. He's broken into the Brazilian side. He made his debut against England at Wembley and was man of the match. He's a really, really good player. He is liable to pick up a booking or two, though, because he's
I've got a fiver on a red card, believe it or not.
Pardon?
I've got a fiver on a red card this weekend.
Well, it's possible, yeah. And they call him the pit bull because he's very good on the ball as well.
Yeah.
But Gary, he's never had a red card, though. He's never had a red card since 2015.
But you've got 4 Brazilians in the midfield battling.
Yeah. No, I get that.
It's going to be a lot of
Honestly, we've turned from Portugal to Brazil. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so we've got 4 Brazilians in our squad now, and we were always like, and we've still got the Portuguese contingent, but we're doing a lot of business in South America.
So Joe Gomez is a defensive midfielder, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't pick up that many goals. In fact, he hasn't scored a goal for a very long time. But he picks up the odd assist here and there. But according to me, what he kind of screams out to be is like a dictator on the pitch, right? Like a bit like a
Yes.
Joe Linton or even
Yeah, well,
to a certain
we had
degree.
that question in the chat. I think, would you rather have? Well, I don't know if you watched a lot of Joe Linton, but or Joao Gomez. If they're similar, maybe. I think that was the question, which I'll try to find.
Yeah, no, he's a really good player. I think it's going to be a really good battle. I think the midfield battle is going to be quite interesting at the weekend. I'm really interested to see what formation and what the starting lineup is going to be for Wolves at the weekend, because it's kind of a bit unpredictable at the moment because it's still early doors. We've had all these players come in, who's fit, who's not after the international duty, who's doing well in training. What's the plan that Gary's got for playing Newcastle? I think it's going to be interesting, that starting lineup and exactly how he lines up. What formation that he plays? Is it 4-4-1-1? Will it be 4-3-3? Will it be 4-2-3-1? I think it'll be a mixture of those sort of things.
Yeah, we got a few questions for you lined up. Sorry, Amri.
I was just going to say, here's £10 note. Yeah, what's your score prediction, and what's that £10 note going on?
Well, as a Wolves fan, I'm hoping we win. But if I was to bet on any score like Wolves and Newcastle, you know exactly what I'm going to say.
1-1.
Oh no! Don't say that.
I mean,
You're kidding.
There is a stat. This is a fact. This is a stat. 61% of Premier League meetings between Newcastle and Wolves have finished as a draw. 11 out of 18. It's the highest percentage of any fixture that have been played at least 15 times in the competition. Crazy, isn't it?
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard that. So you're what's it going on? Just a draw or 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4?
If I was going to say a draw, you got to bet on 1-1 because it's
1-1?
always seems to be 1-1. But I'm hoping we nick it 2-1, to be honest, because we need 3 points. Get 3 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Broski asked, would Wolves fan prefer Isaac or Cunha?
Look, I think Isaac's a great player. I'd love to have him in our team. I really like him, but I wouldn't swap him for Cunha.
Wow.
No,
That's
I
good.
mean, I do think Isaac's a great player. I'd like to have him in the same team as Cunha.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I would rather have Cunha in a black and white shirt than a gold shirt, mate. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Davey T says, what does Dave think of the away section at Wolves? It's hard for away fans to create an atmosphere, in my opinion. The left side is miles away from the right side. If you get my meaning. Well, I mean, before he answers, obviously that's probably the point. They don't want to have an atmosphere to their advantage. But yeah, go on.
Well, I think it's always advantageous, personally, to have the away fans be able to create a bit of noise and atmosphere, because it creates the banter with the home fans and it creates a better atmosphere. I get it, but I mean, listen, if you haven't had a heart attack or, collapsed or out of breath to be able to even say anything by the time you get up them stairs, you do try and make a noise and stuff like that. But it's a great view from up there. You can overlook everything, but you feel like you're looking at table football. You're that high up. But it's part of the experience going to Newcastle, isn't it? I've seen many fans sitting on the side of the concourse halfway up, having a rest on the way up to that. Would I prefer it if we were a little bit further down and more in the thick of it? Yes, but that's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. I agree with that. Broski, Dave, did you like Steve Bowles? Was your best player ever? But bottled the Premier League, he says. I don't know if it's...
Well, I do remember Steve Bull scoring a hat-trick in a 4-1 victory after he'd been out on the razzle the night before. Good old... And he was literally pissed. Hungover, and he scored a hat-trick. I think they travelled up on a plane. It was a few years ago. Steve Bull, I mean, he's a Wolves legend, isn't he? He's a Wolves legend. But we've had some great players over the years. I mean, Billy Wright, first England captain to 100 players. We've had Connor Cody recently, who's been a real kind of modern day legend. We've had Ruben Neves, and we even had Joe Moutinho, who was such an unbelievable player playing for us. So but Steve Bull is just, you know, he's when people think of Wolves and they think of Wolves modern day legends, like you'll think of Alan Shearer in the same sort of vein as we think of Steve Bull.
Right.
Yeah.
Davey also says that Steve still like VAR. Must admit they got the shitty end of the stick last season. Yeah, I will agree. Against us, they gave us a penalty, I believe. No, was it?
I remember being on an away game a couple of years ago when Raul Jimenez was clean through on goal and got fouled. I think in the penalty area, and I think every Newcastle fan thought the guy was going to get sent off. And then we're looking at, I don't know if you remember that game, and he wasn't given. And then you went up the other end 2 minutes later, I think, and scored. So we've had some howlers. The first match of the season last year against United, when NFL player took our player out, and we've had a load. Obviously, Wolves put in the motion about the VAR, voted against it 19-1. So when you come to Molineux tomorrow and there's a VAR decision, don't be surprised if you hear the FVAR thing, or if you see a flag with 19-1 on it. Basically, it means that 19 voted to keep it 1 against. You know, I think VAR has a place in the modern game. I think goal line technology. I think it's the people that implement it. I think the semi-automated offsides will probably help. It certainly worked in the Euros and stuff like that. It's the biggest problem for me with VAR is, as a match-going fan, is actually not knowing what the hell is going on in the stadium. Whereas you watch it at home, you see all these reruns and the communication to the fans in the stadium. And if you've got the fans in the stadium having to message their mates at home or try and get onto social media to find out what's going on, it ain't great, is it? So there are
no chance
to improve it, but we'll see.
Terminator says, Dave, whenever I see your highlights, you're constantly giving the ball away recklessly at the back and seem caught up with the Tika. What is Tika? That seems to have brainwashed most managers.
This is the issue, isn't it, that we've got? This is what I was saying to earlier. We lost the ball against Chelsea in really bad areas, and we've got to cut that out. I saw us play against RB Leipzig in America, Champions League team, playing that way, and we cut through them, and we scored 2 or 3 great goals. We took them apart, played through them. But if you don't get it right, and the Premier League is unforgiving, you've got strikers that'll punish you, and that's the thing. It's high risk at times. So personally, I like to see us be able to, and this was when Dawson played and he might start, when you need to mix it up. You can play short, but you need to play these diagonal balls, bring people in, then play over them and get in and away as well. So if you're too predictable, it becomes easy to pick off. You got to mix, you got to balance it, and that's something we need to work on, because I think that's the problem with Jose Sarr, and why we brought in Johnson is because Jose Sarr has a rick in him or two every single game. He seems nervous, whereas Johnson seemed a little bit more composed on the ball. And these days, your goalkeepers are kind of like a sweeper, aren't they? So you've got to have a proper ball-playing goalkeeper. So be interesting to see how that one develops. But yeah, this is why I say we could concede more goals, because we're taking more risks.
Yeah. Last few questions for Dave. You know, before we let you go, brother. David T. Dave, Terry Hibbert or Kenny Hibbert? You got 2 players.
Kenny Hibbert.
Kenny played for Wolves.
Oh.
Yeah, Kenny Hibbert. Met him a couple of times. Really lovely guy. Great player. It sometimes goes to watch the away matches. I've seen him at a couple of away games. He goes as well sometimes.
Yeah. Pete says, can Dave remember Tamuri Kitsbaya, who signed for Wolves after Newcastle after 4 eventful years, in the tune? Remember him?
Yeah. I mean, I do remember him.
He wasn't that good, was he?
No. He's definitely not a Wolves legend.
We weren't talking about Steve Bulls, man. We can't put him in the same sentence, to say the least.
And of course, before Steve Bull, I'm old enough to remember Derek Dugan.
What a player, the dude.
Yeah. Tremendous player.
real, and he was you know,
him and George Best.
Northern Ireland international, I think he was. Derek.
Yeah.
And he was a proper player. Played alongside. I think he might have played with John Richards.
Right. Last but not least, Dave, what are you guys going to do with on the game? What's the game plan? Are you going to attack us? Are you going home? So, what can we expect from Wolves in this?
You've got to respect Newcastle. Newcastle, I mean, you're another team. You got so much money, but you can't spend it. It's like with this PSR and this FFP thing. It's like this glass ceiling to stop clubs. I know they're looking at changing the formula and stuff like that. But look, at the end of the day, we've got to respect Newcastle. We can't be totally gung ho because you'll pick us off. But I do think I'm hoping we come out strong and we get in front and we can take the game away from you. But like if we sit back, then Wolves. I mean, it depends on how Newcastle play. Wolves always play better against a team that opens up. If it's an open game where we've got the players to exploit it, we always struggle against teams that just sit back and I don't think Newcastle are going to do that, are they?
Well, I don't know. This is the new look. Newcastle was just for Eddie's plan to sit back and hit teams on the break, which is what you're saying you don't like. So maybe that could be his game plan.
It might well
because
be.
that's Gary's game plan as well, isn't it?
It was his game plan. As I say, that's when we were at the back five, but he's gone the back four. So I think we're still really trying to find this identity that Wolves have got this year. And I think we'll find a lot. I think we'll discover a lot more tomorrow on where we're at. I'm just glad the transfer window's shut and we can just concentrate on the football now and all the speculation. We just get on with it.
And so say all of us.
Yeah, but you got a good team, man. You got a lot of good players, of course. It seems like you guys are set. Actually, last question. This season, what can we expect from Wolves? I mean, a lot of people say you guys will get relegated. Some
Not
say,
getting relegated.
You will mid-table. So what can we expect?
If it clicks, I think we definitely need to do an improve. We'll hopefully improve on 14th. I wanted to see us try and get a top 10 finish. Be nice. If we can push for Europe or go a long way in one of the cups, that'd be great as well. Obviously, you got to get points on the board, so anyone can get sucked into a relegation. It is a really tough start. So if you've got played 10 games and you've got 4 points on the board, you've got a lot of catching up to do, which is why I say if you see Wolves on 9 or 10 points, 8, 9 or 10 points after the first 10 games, just listen back to this thing. I think Dave will be happy there because I think we can then push on because it's such a hard start. You have to admit that's a tough start for any team. Yeah. So if
you've got the same sort of start this season that we had last season.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough, and then you're having to try and.
But we, as Gary said earlier on, we benefited at the back end of the season by having a much easier run than all of our Europe chasing compadres.
And this is where I'm hoping Wolves will be. If you can get yourself into the pack, into a decent position, and you haven't got because if you've got 3 or 4 points, there's so much stress and pressure on the players. Then you can get to a point where they can be in a decent position, play with freedom, and then you can put 1 or 2 wins together, and you can move very quickly up the league, can't you? And I think that's what I'm saying. If we get 8, 9, or 10 points after the first 10 games, I think I'll be fairly positive for the rest of the season.
I swear, one more question, but this is important. Will Wolves be wearing the new purple kit? Well, no, that they're playing at home. It should be yellow.
No, it won't. It won't be yellow either.
No,
it's gold. It's not yellow. That's Watford and
Norwich. Sorry, it's gold. It's gold.
I get that.
Old gold. Old gold.
There you go.
All gold and black, yeah.
Subscribe to Always Wolves Fan TV. Dazzling Dave, great channel. Is linked in the description, in the title. Subscribe to him. Thank you so much for coming on, Dave. Appreciate it.
Welcome. We'll be doing a lot of reactions after the game as well. If you want our thoughts 100%. After the match,
we'll definitely. Thank you, man.
We'll be in there looking for that. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Cheers.
Bye-bye now.
Dave right there. Dave, good stuff. Good channel, of course. And like I said, link is in the description. Link, you can go subscribe to his channel. Good stuff. And so we shall continue with our Newcastle United news, and we'll go to the chat here as well. So let me see. I mean, we got a lot of chats. But before that, actually, let's do our lineup. Good stuff from Dave, man. Really good gentleman.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Knowledgeable about his team and great channels as well. 34K, man. That's so hard to get to. And for a Wolves fan, great stuff. All right, so let's get to this. Our lineup: Newcastle United. One thing that we need to keep in mind, just to keep in mind, is that this is FOTMob. This is the website, and when you get the pre-fill with popular teams, look at that. Newcastle is in the pecking order. You got Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man U, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, Bayern Munich, and the Magpies already, predetermined on the website. I didn't do anything, so that helps us. Look, would you look at that? So we're gonna click on it, and it's gonna predetermine the put the presets right there. So we're gonna make a few adjustments here and there, of course, that we need. As far as goalkeeping, I know Amri came in with an agenda. He came in with trying to put he put it to a vote in the chat. We'll go on.
Yeah, no. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, everybody in the chat that's been slating, the fact that I talked about Dubravka. All I'm saying is Dubravka has been there when we had hard times. Can anyone agree with me? Yes or no? Y or N? Put it in the group.
He had no.
Absolutely.
No
Player of the season.
He had no
player of the season. He was player of the season. He saved us. How many points did he save us when
he saved us from relegation twice?
Over and over and over. And people say shot stopper. I would say, if I'm honest with you, and we put it in, and we sit there and we talk about statistics and we talk about shot stop. By the way, I played goalkeeper many years, so that was my position. All right, so I'm always keen to see people's movement and what have you. Like, love Pope, and totally agree that Pope should be number one, and he is number one.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say to people is that when people turn around and say, "Well, if Pope gets injured, we're screwed," we're not, because Dubravka is very, very close. Dubravka, Dubravka can shot stop equal to Pope. He can distribute better than Pope. What he doesn't do, and what he doesn't. What he doesn't do as well as Nick Pope does is command his box as well. Yeah,
that's
but
an issue.
That's an issue. Like, listen, we've conceded one goal, two goals,
one
goal in our season so far, and you can't be changing keepers at this point for that. And no matter what, he made a mistake. Yeah, great, no problem. And I know that you're getting loads of people coming in. You've got Colton and Connor in there saying Dub's letting it easy goals. You say that, and again, it's all about position. It's all about context. And Dubravka is a very competent keeper in my eyes.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
That's it. But Pope is always number one.
Yeah, Pope is going to start, of course, so no doubt there. Yes.
2 seconds, mate. Your mic seems distant again, buddy.
Is it mine or?
No, it's Chris's. There we go. I think I'm good now.
That's better.
All right.
That's better.
Pope is no question. Let's go to the back four. I mean, a lot of people saying they're nervous. Some people saying they're nervous. David T, to be specific, worried about the 4-3-3 away from home. I don't think that's going to change ever in the history of Eddie Howe. He will play that to the end of dawn, and that will be his downfall or triumph. Look at the mighty win, man. Muting his mic, coughing. Good job, man. Everybody get a round of applause for Mighty Win, man. That's good. That's
let's
good.
do
That's
it.
good
Let's
stuff.
do
That's
it.
good. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Too
Proper
much
manners.
too much punchy tonight, you know.
Yeah.
I was in a puncher class this afternoon.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So
Yeah,
Poncha, who anyone doesn't know about Poncha, it's like moonshine of Madeira, like where it's that
you know we
old,
love that.
you go there and they pour it in a glass and you're thinking this is going to be like nothing. You take a sip and it's like, oh, burns the back of your throat, but it's some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's proper. All right, so back forward, ladies and gentlemen, because we still gotta do the player by player, man. That's gonna take a minute. So this is a proper preview, man. Everything, stats, player by player, lineups, everything, and at the end predictions. So they got Kelly here. Is there any reasoning as to why we or Eddie would put Kelly on the left side?
No.
Every reason.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to give
I'm going
to give you a rationale. Kraft is 50-50. Still not sure of whether he's fit enough to play. So Shaw needs to come in. So then you haven't got an option of a centre half.
We're gonna push Shaw there.
Well, I think Share's coming in anyway.
Yeah.
I say Eddie Hall. Sorry, not Eddie Hall. I say Hall starts for me. It's Hall starts for me.
What about Gary? You say Hall?
I'll say Hall because you'll need a centre half on the bench.
And I agree with you, man. Hall is he's gonna play. The dude has been playing great. Made a few mistakes here and there, but when he came against Bournemouth, he was literally, the shining armor of Newcastle. Literally, man.
I can't remember who said it. Somebody said it. Said Hall starts against the lesser opposition, and I'm not trying to diss Dave, and he was very sort of. But yeah, no, Dave was good. But what I'm saying is that if we were playing against a Man City, you may think about starting Lloyd Kelly. It depends on who you got on that right hand side against Hall, and it's not really. For me, it's a no-brainer. But
but you have to think about the player that he's opposing him. And if you look at Wolves, his right hand side, it's not as strong as their left. So for me,
that's right.
Hall makes a perfect attacking balance because
that's right. Exactly.
on the left hand side.
Because he's 50% attacking, 40% defending. What proficiency that is? Yeah.
Yeah.
AG says Kelly had one decent game, got an assist, had Hall no doubt. So he's saying Kelly had a good game, had an assist, but
well, the consensus is definitely for Hall.
Right. All right. So Burn and Shar, no question.
Absolutely no question.
Now the question will be risen on the right side: Livramento or Kieran Trippier. We already got Jordan for life saying Trippier starts for me at right back. So
and for me,
we are knackered.
So
Trippier signs for Bekatissis tomorrow. That's what he's going to sign for. That's there's a lot of these rumors don't fly around for no reason. Something's going to happen tomorrow, and I hope I'm wrong. Wrong.
Why tomorrow though? Oh, tomorrow.
Well, it's the Turkish deadline.
It's their deadline day.
Yeah, it's their deadline day tomorrow.
That would be a gut punch right there, man.
Right, it would. Right,
that would certainly would be a gut wrench for me.
Totally agree.
But so Gary says Trippier. Mighty Win says Trippier.
Well, you've got to think who he's facing against, which is.
Well, we got it right here. He's going to be facing Cunha, according to Dave.
It's going to be Cunha and
Lamina and Nouri.
That'll drop down that right hand side. So you'll need somebody that sits off rather than tanks on. For me,
Trippier attacks, man. He's not a
but he attacks in a system. What you'll get with Trippier, he'll drop in that sixth position with offensive, and he'll block off the channels. And then what he'll do is he's the halfway man. If we've got Kelly on the left hand side, you're right. Trips will go down and be that anchor man, if you like, within the attacking role. But when you've got Tino and Hall on, you've got two very offensive running fullbacks, and you don't need that against Wolves. You're going to be found out. because we haven't got enough.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I also think that if Trippier plays, Miggy should start as well because they couple up well. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to it. Let's get to the midfield first. Joe Linton, Guimaraes, Longstaff.
Absolutely not.
Joe Linton, Guimaraes, no question. I don't think there is any debate today, even from the mighty win who likes to debate the nonsense. The nonsense he says, put it on the bench. Longstaff has to come off for Tonali. Do we agree?
Correct.
I agree.
We agree, but does Eddie is the question. Eddie might look at.
You've got to beat their midfield. That's their strength.
No, I get that, but does Eddie agree with taking Longstaff off, thinking Tonali might be a little bit fatigued from his international ventures?
Man, if we're gonna start thinking like that, man, I'm not.
I understand. I get that. No, I get that. You're right. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's not towards you. It's because
you've got one game on Sunday and then you've got 6 days off.
Yeah,
because they don't play until the 21st.
And when are we going to get accustomed to playing twice a week? Because if you want to be elite, you're gonna have to do that. It's as simple as that. Yeah. And so,
by the way, Gary, I haven't got 6 days off. I haven't played Wimbledon.
No, you don't. It's been rearranged, hasn't it, to the 24th? I think.
I thought it was.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. We don't play Wimbledon yet. So Tonali,
I thought we were going Wolves, Wimbledon, Fulham.
Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joe Linton. Going to be a proper midfield right there.
Hopefully.
But I think I'll tell you something. If that doesn't happen, it's going somebody's. Let me tell you something, man.
Well, I'm creeping towards that dark side, and that's one big giant step I'll be taking.
No, I'll tell you.
This dude's a liar, man. He's going to be right back on that.
He's talking. Listen. He's going to start. He's going to start Longstaff, and that's my bet with you. I'll put a tenner. That same tenner. I'll put it on with anyone who wants me to take it. I'll tell you now.
Well,
because that's Eddie.
You haven't got a good record betting on it, by the way.
Oh, come on, man. I beat you a few times. Don't say that.
Jordy Tune for Life saying that the game is on Wednesday, the cup game.
Yeah,
Let me look at
it. I've got it here, mate. It's here. I've got it.
25th.
Yeah, because the last time I read was Wimbledon later on. Yeah, it's 24th of.
Yeah, so we see, mate. So you've got Wolves, Fulham, and then Wimbledon on the 24th.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. Okay, good stuff. Wimbledon. Right. We're going to try to get a surprise for Wimbledon, but just keep it quiet. We're going to see what happens. Thank you, Rosie. She's in the chat as well. Thank you so much to everybody for your kind support. Hit the like button, of course. Help us out. So this is the dream midfield for us at the moment with all these players. So we shall wait and see. Amrit says that he'll play Longstaff. If he does, I guarantee you that somebody is getting hurt. Somebody's getting hurt.
I'll be up there with that.
Somebody's got to pay for their sins. Up front, Barnes. Look at that. Barnes, Gordon, Isak Gordon. I'm not against this, man.
No, mate.
I'm all for that. That's again. That has to happen.
That's proper. Come on, man. Say it. Say it with your chest.
It's proper.
It's proper. It's proper. But he's going to turn around and say, "Gordon, you've had a lot of game time over the last couple of weeks. Gordon, you take a rest. Here's Miggy. Listen, it's Eddie, man. He's going to say something. He's going to do something different.
Well,
this is what we want it to be.
Listen. You listen. I've said this is Eddie's make or break season, and if he doesn't start making these decisions, and giant steps towards the dark side. Right now, I'm full square behind him, absolutely. But he has got to start getting selection and game management better than he has been.
By the way, in Amrit's defense, he's not saying he wants those players. He's saying that Eddie might put those players. So I'm going to defend Amrit.
And what I'm saying is, if Eddie does that, I'll be joining the Eddie out brigade. Not necessarily
for
tomorrow.
a day. for a day, man, and then you're going right
No,
back.
no. Well, again,
man, you're shooting.
Then he's
hang
got a
on.
handicap.
You're shooting
Hang
blanks,
on.
man. Stop playing.
Let's assume that he does do that, and he gets a result. Then you haven't got an argument, because that's what it's all about, results.
No,
Well,
it
that's the
isn't,
thing.
man.
That's the thing. He's right. Chris is right.
It's
He's right.
absolutely
He's
all
right.
about
Listen,
results.
That's right.
He's right. He doesn't play Tonali. He plays Longstaff. He doesn't play Gordon. He puts Almiron on to play alongside Trippier. Let's say he plays Trippier instead of Livramento, right? And we get a win. Well, let's say we win 4-0, 4-1, yeah, which is hopefully what would happen. We'll all go, oh yeah, this is what's happened. But to be fair with you, is that the strongest team?
10 out of 10 for Eddie.
Well, yes, but yes and no, because
in no world Tonali is less of a player than Longstaff, man. Tonali is to play every damn game. I don't care if we win this weekend and Longstaff is there. We're gonna say Tonali needs to play the following week and the following week and the following week. You know, it's come on, man.
Yeah, but he might bring Tonali back. Say you've played a lot of minutes for Italy. You need to start just light training. You're not on the pitch. I know I'm not with it. I'm not. I don't think it is as well. But this is what I'm thinking Eddie might do to protect him. Yeah, this is all I'm saying.
All right. So as far as injuries, just an update on us. Well, no update, just basically the same. Actually, well, what Edgar was talking about, Wilson. First of all, he got a back injury. Obviously, he's still with that. Kraft is doubtful with the knock. Lascelles, of course, is out. Willock thigh injury, and might not join until late September
15th,
of this.
Willock.
And Miley leg injury, of course. Leg injury. I thought he was back.
Who, Miley? It's a foot injury.
I thought it was back.
Miley's starting light training.
That's a
he started light training.
All right, so Button is still out, of course, so that is that. We got to do a player-by-player comparison against Wolves. I like this game, and you guys are forced to play it, so we shall play. First of all, we got to go with the goalkeepers, and I want the chat to get involved in this, please. I want the chat to get very much involved in this game that we're going to do player-by-player. Because to be honest, and the Mighty Wind didn't want to play this before because he says Newcastle against Burnley. We're going to choose every Newcastle player. We got to be objective. And in this particular case against Wolves, I'll tell you what, they got really good players. So, it'll be interesting who we choose and who we come up with on that. So the first is obviously the goalkeepers, Nick Pope or Sam Johnstone. You'll see some stats, of course, in front of you, but the heat map, does it matter on the goalkeepers? I mean, it does, I guess, if they play with their feet. I guarantee you Onana's heat map goes all the way up here, but his shot stopping ain't that great. So, but who would you – are you happy? I mean, Amrit has his opinion with Pope, but
no, but let me just reiterate, Pope is our number one.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to big up Dubravka and understand that for those that say who have we got after Pope, we have got a number of keepers that can do a very good job, in my opinion, anyway.
So I mean, pretty much same. I mean, 32 years. I mean, I can't believe Pope is 32. Man, that's not too young now. Well, I mean, for a goalkeeper, he's
young for a goalie.
Yeah, but. Rosie, thank you for the gifted membership. That's going to I Like Coffee. Coffee, I haven't seen it in a while, so there you go. I Like Coffee. Thank you, Coffee, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You should already if you've been gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Rosie, the one and only Scottish lass that joins us every time. Thank you. So everybody for Pope, raise your hands. Who's voting Pope over Johnstone?
Definitely.
Mighty Win, you're gonna vote every Newcastle player, so it's pointless to do this with you. But so
okay. I'll do the same. I'll definitely take Nick Pope over.
And we're gonna use the players that that Dave gave us for the lineup. That's the reason we do the lineups and the players we came up with. So we're gonna put Nouri against mute your mic, man. You did it one time. You were great. And now all of a sudden you forget to do it.
I thought I'd just done it again. I'm on my phone now. It's not as easy.
All right. So interesting. Nuri and Lewis Hall, 23. They're about the same age, but the same height. Nuri is worth a lot more money, though, according to this. Then let me look at the heat map. The heat map is always good. Anybody to win?
It certainly is.
Look at that. Nuri been busy. Got a lot of red spots, meaning he is certainly concentrated in those areas a lot more. Look at Lewis Hall, though. But you can say Lewis Hall Nuri probably play more games. So that could probably
but he's a
contribute.
wing back, matey, not a full back, and there's a difference.
Well, he's playing there, brother.
I know. I'm just saying, he's and that's why they got 6 past them against Chelsea, because he was far too up the field.
True.
So for me, it'd be Lewis Hall. As a
Okay,
left
so
back.
you rather have Lewis Hall, right? It's 71 minutes for Nuri and only 38 for Lewis Hall, so that's interesting. Beer Biker says Nuri, AG says Nuri, but has more game time. Yep. Foxy says Nuri clear. Goals.
Yeah, Nuri's a better player as a wing back.
Well, I mean, so don't be
this
in a gray
stage of his
area,
career.
man. Which one would you like right now?
Like I said, it depends on where you want me to play them. You can't say that.
Right now we got left back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's played once as in left back, and they got hammered 6-2. That's what I'm saying. If you're asking
so that's
me,
fine. So you would
that's play Hall.
Okay, Amri.
Nuri for me, if I'm honest.
Nuri. Okay.
Yeah, it's just simply because of his
Lewis Hall for exactly what Gary's just said. If you want an out and out wing back, you want Nuri because he's more of a winger than a full back. But at least Lewis, we've seen Lewis Hall on more than one occasion.
Just
do defensive work really well.
I'm just moderating and playing devil's advocate, defending here. Interceptions averaging about the same. Tackles two tackles for Nuri and 0 for Lewis. I thought I've seen Lewis Hall have more tackles, but I guess he's got none.
So did I. But we're not talking about this. We're talking about player against player.
Yeah,
forget about the formation. Forget about the tactics. We're not bringing that into this. But if you're saying playing against player.
Yeah, but I mean, they do have a point because I mean, if you put Lewis Hall as center forward, I'm going to pick whoever. I'm going to pick me because you got to put them in their prospective position. So they do got a point. Now, when it comes to stats, I'm just letting people know, with the dribble pass, clearances, they're pretty much the same. So that this actually could give Lewis Hall an advantage because he's played less. But it is what it is. So I mean, the majority says Lewis Hall. So there you go. And actually, the chat are saying Nuri. So that's that. All right. We're gonna go with Gomez. Joao Gomez. Is that Joao Gomez? That's not Joao Gomez. He looks different on FotMob. What Gomez is this?
They've got a few, haven't they? Rodrigo Gomez, Angel Gomez.
Totti Gomez. Yeah, Wolverhampton.
Totti Gomez.
And who is he going against? So we got Dan Burn. So Totti Gomez versus Dan Burn. The folks, please let me know who you vote. Shout out to Brian Quinn there in the chat. So Foxy says Lewis Hall isn't a left back either. He's been restrained for that role.
Retrained.
All right, retrained. All right. So we got Totti Gomez against Dan Burn. People in the chat, please vote. Age, well, obviously Gomez is a lot younger. Really tough. But look at the heat map. Pretty much. It's pretty much the same. I mean, not much of a difference, to be honest. There's some stats here. Both have played
where you want them to be.
Both have played 90 minutes. Both have played 90 minutes. How's that?
Per match.
Oh, per game.
Is that average?
Yeah, so they play literally every game, every minute of a game. So this is a good comparison. We gotta go to the defending man because that's what it is. Averaging a tackle, pretty much. Well, interceptions has more interceptions. Burn over. Look at Gomez got 0.3, and Burn has 1.3. That's remarkable, right there. Clearance is 6.3 for Burn and 3.3. So look, stats driven. I haven't watched Gomez play a lot, so if I'm going by stats, I gotta go with Burn.
Yeah.
Well, aerial game, which Burn is taller, a lot taller than Gomez. 2.3, 53% won. Duels won for Burn. 85% for Gomez, which is
depends on who you're playing on against, though. And without a doubt, Dan Burn is one of our best players this season, and he also has that absolute fire in his stomach,
right?
To play his heart out each and every game, and he will put his body on the line wherever he can. Put his body on the line non-stop. It's Burn for me non-stop.
Yeah, a lot of people saying everybody. For the most part, people saying Burn. Totti says Colton. But all right, so most people say everybody says Burn.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go with the next center back, Mosquera. I had a sergeant named Mosquera, man. He wasn't too pleasant. But let's go, Fabian Schär. Well, come on, man, I can't do the little thing on the A. Let me do Fabian. Fabian Schär with the mustache. Colombian, no, this is Ecuador. Which one? No, Colombia. This is Colombia.
No, it's Colombia.
And of course Switzerland. So everybody, Yerson Mosquera and Fabian Schär. A lot of big age gap right there, about the same height. Look, ooh. Well, I mean, Schär hasn't played though much. Only played one game, so
exactly.
The
not even one game.
Not even one full game. So yeah, but that ain't. It is going to be a quick one.
That doesn't mean nothing, does it?
Just because of that, I mean, we know what it is. Fabian Schär is pretty established, and I think I'm going to go with Schär. So everybody got everybody Schär?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. All right. So next one is Nelson Semedo versus, and the chat says as well, that Schär. Nelson Semedo, Portuguese, right there. Where is Nelson Semedo from? Anybody know?
Portugal.
What part of Portugal? Yeah, I know, but what part of Portugal, man?
No idea.
It's from Lisbon.
No idea.
It's from Lisbon, so I didn't know if he was from Madeira. Might we're gonna hate the, I thought
that's only Ronaldo from Madeira.
All right, so we got Nelson Semedo and Kieran Trippier. 30 years for Semedo, 33 for Trippier. Very much about the same stage in their career. As far as heat map is concerned, Trippier has he played every game or maybe one?
No.
One game.
No.
He hasn't even played one game. He came on as a sub for one game, didn't he?
Both have one appearance. Semedo has played 75 minutes, and Trippier 32. So as far as that's concerned, about there's a
those stats are not even worth looking at. If Trips brings his A game, there's just no comparison.
There's not many in the world that would pick up with him. Trips is a world class, international.
Yeah, David T. Semedo is very good, but this is a tough one.
He is. It's a tough one.
Semedo for me.
Just for argument's sake, Chris, can you put Tino in for Trips?
We could do that, but you guys didn't choose. You see what I'm saying?
I know
what's his name?
Well, it still wouldn't be a comparison though, because Trips has played a lot more minutes now than what.
No, I know, but Livramento versus. Oh, look at that, Livramento busy, man. Livramento been busy, but Livramento's played 3 games compared to Semedo's 1, and in one game, look how busy he's been. Hey,
go to the scoring. The scoring tells you the truth at the top.
Well, no goals for either. Assist, nothing really there. But
you had about the average score.
Yeah, at the top. When you the top, it gives you a breakdown of the
the
score.
7.3 and it's pretty even. 6.8, 7.3 is
7.8 as well.
No, On SofaScore,
Livramento.
to average above 7, you've got to be pretty damn good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and Livramento's
That's good.
good.
Strict, man.
Livramento's.
Strictness.
That's it, yeah.
So,
Trips was
either or.
6.8.
so people would choose Trips over Semedo, huh? A lot of people saying Semedo, though.
I would say I think Semedo's a good player.
You would choose Semedo?
I would, yeah. He's a good player.
Okay. Yeah, Colton says Semedo as well. All right. So, well.
Yeah, I like Semedo, but again, he's much more of a wing back than a winger. Than a fullback.
So people, you got old man. What do you vote for? Trippier. And
Trips
immediately. I'm gonna Trippier.
Yeah.
So you guys won. I'll stay out of this one. So that's interesting. Now let's go with Lemina, Mario Lemina versus we got in that spot Joe Linton.
No competition.
Mario Lemina. Where's Mario Lemina from? What's this flag from?
It's African, isn't it? Congo, is it? Not Congo. It's not Nigeria. What's the other one?
Mario.
No, it's not Nigeria.
I thought he would be Brazilian or something.
Is that not Equatorial Guinea?
It is.
At the flag.
It will be, yeah. It will be, yeah.
It is from Gabon.
Gabon, one of the West.
I think Abu Mayang was from Gabon, right?
Yeah, I think he was, wasn't
he? Yeah. Good players there. But okay, 31 years for Lamina, 28 for Joe Linton. People in the chat, come on. J7 the Enforcer. Oh, Ghana says AG. Ghana?
Gambon.
Yeah, I don't think that'll actually be the battle. I think the battle will be between J7 and Andre.
Well, listen, that's what I said. We're going with what Joe Linton plays on the left, bro, and they got my man Dave put Andre in the middle. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I'm just saying. So look at the heat map is you can.
But they are the two enforcers, is all I'm saying.
Right? Yeah, you're right. But look at the heat map. Joe Linton all over the place, man. Which is, I mean, Lamina is all over the place too. But definitely Joe Linton seems a lot busier on the whole pitch, and they both have played 3 appearances, both played every minute. 1 goal for Joe Linton. Expected, I mean, the XG, obviously, I mean, some people don't like that, so it is what it is.
What a goal as well.
So, who would you choose out of the 2?
J7 all day long.
He's just a tank.
Yeah,
he's a tank.
Right.
He's gonna.
Everybody's saying J7 as well.
On his day, he'll rule the ground. Like he'll.
Fox is saying Joe Linton, but Lamina is pretty underrated. So in the you won't keep doing that, man. Go and keep doing it for another 10 minutes, so we can just listen to you rattle whatever you're doing over there, old man. Jesus Christ, this dude just does it on purpose, man. I swear to God, man. He doesn't understand that there's people that listen to it on podcast that just listen, and people that want to have a good time. Maybe they're trying to fall asleep. Hopefully, you don't fall asleep to us talking. They just trying to fall asleep, and then this dude is just rattling something there, man. Okay, it's unbelievable. No courtesy.
Not sure it's entirely his fault there, though. To be fair, someone else on the balcony probably.
No, this dude was doing it. Not Larson. I got Larson wrong. So Andre and oh man, there's a lot of Andre right here from yeah. So this is a good one. Andre versus Bruno Guimaraes. This is a good one right here. Propa. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think in the panel?
Come on,
totally different players.
Oh my God! Yeah. Look at this.
Andre's just a 6. Bruno is all over the place.
Exactly. Look,
how many games are Andre played? Oh, Andre just got here though. He played 1 game though.
Yeah.
Even still,
15 minutes.
But even that, I think Bruno.
Did you see Man City have all that interest in Andre?
Oh wow! Look at that.
No, you
Foxy.
didn't. End of.
Look at Foxy. Andre every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Well, he likes his South Americans, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, Bruno's effing magic. Pick. He wears a magic hat. He could have signed for Arsenal, but he said, "Oh no, F that."
Well, he did.
Yeah. It depends on, like I say, if you want a solid 6, you'd go with Andre. If you wanted somebody who's a creator, a progressor of the ball, then for me it'll be Bruno all day.
All right, so a lot of people just saying Bruno, of course.
Totally agreed.
Foxy, bro, you know, sorry, brother, you had to lose.
Respect Foxy. I respect everything he says. God, he knows the South American.
Yeah, but you just disagree with him big time and disrespected him on live air. So there you go.
I've always thought Foxy was a girl. I didn't realize Foxy was a guy.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Could be. But no, Foxy is very much a man.
Is he? Okay.
Well, from what it appears, I have no clue really.
These days.
Yeah, actually, well, I mean, we don't know really. I don't know. The Mighty Wings call him he. Joao Gomez and Sandro Tonali. Ooh, this could be a good one too. About the same age, but Tonali haven't played though. That's the thing. He hasn't played.
No.
Gomez played every time.
Put his Italy heat mark there.
That's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. Exactly what I was going to say.
I think we can do it. Nations. You put the Nations League on there. Look at that. Woo! You put the Nations League heat map on there, man.
Yeah.
He's all over the place, man. He's there right there.
Do it.
He's all over the place.
Yeah. There you go.
Played every game. No. Look, I just have a very
box to box.
I think it's Tonali on this one. I have to choose
100%.
All day long.
Yeah. So Gary, what do you think?
Yeah, Tonali, absolutely, because he's like for me, he is the perfect box to box player.
People in the chat
on the
crazy,
overloads.
Look at the heat map. He's got equal amounts in the opposition's box as he's got in our box. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, playing for the Nations League, of course, obviously.
The Jordi Pirlo.
The Jordi Pirlo, man. I'm telling you, man.
The Jordi Pirlo.
Gonna mark my words. All right, we're going to the forwards now. Mateus Cunha versus Harvey Barnes. Barnes from deep. Man, I need to call that one. Barnes from deep. Bang! Man, I'm telling you. All right, well, Barnes has played, I think, almost every game, but look at the heat map. Interesting. Mateus Cunha. Cunha's been busy, though, man. Let's be honest. Cunha's been really busy.
Cunha's class, mate.
Cunha's been busy, man. I think
Cunha is there, Dean Jamar.
Yeah.
Both Harvey Barnes can be ours.
64 minutes for Cunha, 38 for Barnes, 3 appearances for both, 1 goal for each. And what is that XG? Why is it more for him and not for? They got 1
he's
goal.
He's a creator.
Because he's like shot more and all that stuff.
He's not a great finisher, to be fair. But Harvey Barnes is a better finisher, but he creates so much more.
Yeah. David T says, sorry, Harvey. AG can't decide. You see, I like that. Everybody likes this game, man. But look, I really like Cunha. But I just can't. Look, this is good when you go to the forward. Shots on target. We got 1 here, 1.3. I mean, but also Barnes hasn't played. But also you would assume that because of his style of play, that's what he does is cut inside and shoot. So but
we all know he's a love child, man.
Who would you choose?
I would choose Harvey Barnes.
Because you've been choosing every team player, man. You have not chosen any Wolves guy. That's what.
This is a difficult one. This is a difficult one. This is a real difficult one, if I'm honest with you. Harvey Barnes is good. He's a good finisher. I agree with what Gary's comments on that. But yeah, we've got a legitimate against a legitimate player here that is actually performing better statistically than Harvey has been.
Yeah, you don't stutter, bro. Just say say it with your chest.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna go
say
with Harvey Barnes. Yeah.
He says
I'm not gonna go with Harvey Barnes. And not so that's 2 players I've went with Wolves, and I just want to say sorry, Foxy. I didn't mean any disrespect before.
No.
Yeah.
Foxy's good, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it for me.
Cunha, Fox says Cunha more all-rounder player. So man, damn
Cunha
man,
is.
just we're very
You can see that.
apologetic, man. Look, it is what it is. Gary, who are you choosing?
I said Cunha.
All right, Mighty Win.
Harvey Barnes, if he brings his A game.
This if games, man. I just swear to God. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable, this if games, man. You know what?
Cunha brings his A game every game.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. So
Cunha for me.
I think Cunha's won on this one, man. Damn, man.
Yeah.
You got the
you could see that.
It's all right. Cunha wins.
You're 83 years old, man. You ain't got.
Doesn't matter.
You're 80 years old, man. You ain't got the bollocks to just say Cunha, man. Damn.
I'm gonna put a tenner on Harvey Barnes scoring a hat trick.
See, now you're trying to fix it. You see, now you're trying to fix it. Stop playing, man. All right, so the next one in line, this segment has been painful, says Beer Bike. Especially with the forwards. This one is no doubted, man. Not a doubt. Larson versus Isak is hunting at the zoo, man. It ain't even
Tigers versus Lions.
It ain't even a question, man. But they're both 24 years of age, though.
Is it Lawson versus the Isak that's been playing for us in the Premier League this season? Or is Lawson versus Isak who played for Sweden?
Man,
Still arguably.
Come on, man.
Still arguably one of our best players.
He is. Probably. I mean, Gordon has shown that, but
disagree.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, but the Evening Chronicle put out a poll: who's been our best player so far? And do you know how many votes he won by? We're talking hundreds.
How many voted for Emil Kraft?
I mean, simple.
Not as many. Well, actually, more than what they voted for Dan Burn, which is what I was thinking. But anyway,
probably a handful, but he's a name, man. He's a name.
Beer Bike said it best. True. Isak is world class and Larson isn't. But just look at the comparison.
I agree with that as well.
It's pretty similar. They're both 24. They're both 6'4". Obviously, Isak, look at the market value, though. 77 million euros to 26 for Larson. They're about the same. And the heat map looks about the same as well. I mean, more offensively for Isak. But look at where Isak's heat map is. On the defensive role.
He goes everywhere.
It's unbelievable.
You see him in the box all the time.
3 appearances.
Eddie won't have it. Eddie will say you've got to get back in the box when you're up against the wall, backs against the wall. You must go back. And you must defend.
I don't think James Thatcher is amazed about the mighty win tonight. I think he's a bit. But the Battle of the Nords, Isak wins. What is Nords?
Nordic.
Oh, so like Scandinavia, so like on the other side. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So last but not least, we got Forbes. Wait, Vladimir Forbes. I can't find him.
Is it ES?
Ears?
F-O-B. No. F-O-R-B-E-S. F-O-R-B-E-S.
That's ears.
On FotMob, it says
no, that's not. It's not right. I think it's just F-O-R-B-S, mate.
It looks to be, but it can't be that. Let me see. Forbes.
Beer Vikings quick, isn't he?
Forbes. Wolves. Let me see, because they might have him on the other name. Well, let me just put Wolves, and so Wolves has. Oh, they have him as Borges, Carlos Borges.
Borges, but it's the B's pronounced an F, right, or something? No. Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
All right. Well, and then he's going to compete against Gordon. So Antonio Gordon going with Borges. Carlos Borges. Well, I mean, or Forbes, whatever. It's Carlos. We got to go by that. They got a lot of Portuguese players. But you know,
Look
similar
at that
in age.
score rating.
20,
Look at that
23.
score rating.
Look at that score, 7.50. Ooh, look at that heat map. That heat map lighting up, man. It's lighting up. But that just means that's where he's sitting, Gordon.
That's
But
where
you
he
know,
likes to
but
be.
look at what's his name playing on the left and right so far this
Folks.
season. Only I thought Gordon has played on the left though a little bit, hasn't he? But maybe not
On the
enough.
right.
On the right.
On the right. I'm sorry, on the right.
No,
maybe not-
Gordon's played on the left more than he's played on the right. He only went on to the right against Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's played on the right as well. So it's not his, you know, his major position, is it?
Well,
he still likes to play on the left
side. Foxy clarifies, of course, we never think about that, and I should actually, being Hispanic, I got 5 names. Carlos Roberto Forbes Borges. So there you go. He is both names.
Okay.
See
now, Gordon was bought in to be a right-sided player, lit the world apart on the left, as we all know.
Oh wait, we still got the damn Nations League, man.
Yeah, if you pop that on,
come on. So we gotta put the Premier League. Now we're cooking, man. I knew it. And now we're cooking as far as heat map is concerned. Because
there you go. Okay, here we go. That's better.
But I mean, stats wise, I mean, it's Gordon. It's gonna be Gordon, isn't it? I mean, let's not even.
Yeah.
Gordon is gonna get that. Okay. Well,
fastest player in the Premier League.
Yeah, that is the player-by-player comparison. So I think that we only
the
Cunha,
crown jewel.
We only Cunha we placed above any of ours, and some people say Nouri. A lot of Nouri guys.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Nouris and Cunhas.
But I think Semedo. A lot of people were heavy on Semedo as well.
Yeah, well, I like Semedo as well, but as I say, as a wing back.
Oh my God! Here we go.
There's ifs and buts.
The referee, by the way, is going to be Chris Kavanagh.
Yep, that'll say it.
Chris Kavanagh. Yeah.
Yeah, as a referee for Newcastle and Wolves. So, you know, just mention that, of course, giving you a full insight on what's happening. All right. Well, look, it's we gotta end it on predictions, though. We gotta end it on predictions, of course. We must end it on predictions. That's what we got. Last but not least. So, predictions concerned, let us know, please, your predictions in the chat. If you're not Foxy, you can still participate. You just got to become a member, of course. But, you know, no pressure, mate. I'm just letting you know because you're still on the list and you will continue to be until the end of the season.
And his entry fee was paid, remember?
His fee, his fee was paid. I think he paid his fee. But it's only for members. Right. So, and you can try, people can try to gift a membership. Might go to Foxy. Well, there you go. So we again don't have a prediction for him. Trolls, we need a prediction for him. Maybe tomorrow for the press conference. People, you know, if the mighty win,
I'll get offers before then.
Got to get offers. Got to get trolls. Trolls more than likely will be live on tomorrow. Press conference show. We need Brian Scott as well. Don't know where he's gone. So Brian Scott. We need Alford. You mentioned Alford. We need George Eaton. George, if you're watching on the replay, we need your prediction, brother, as soon as possible. And let me just recap everybody's predictions so far. Niall Powell sitting up front, sitting at the top of the league right now, looking at everybody below him and beneath him. Niall Powell with a prediction of 3-1 the Toon. Gary in second place, prediction 3-1 the Toon as well. Ian Flynn in third. The Scottish... the Scottish have had kings before? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's our Scottish king. 2-1 Ian Fleming says the Toon. DX sitting at fourth says 2-2 the Toon. The Queen of Heart right now sitting in fifth position says 2-1 Newcastle United. The one and only the American Mag. Don't humble myself, man. You know, I've been doing pretty good. I'm 6. I mean, I can't believe I'm 6, man. This disgrace. Should be top of the league, man.
Never judge your painting when it's half finished.
2-1. I'm saying 2-1. I could go 1-1 to be honest, but I'm just gonna say 2-1. Elias the Bias 3-1. His prediction. We need George Eaton again. Helzuzars is 3-1 Newcastle. Benjamin 3-1 Newcastle. Key 88 says 4-1 Newcastle United. Beer Viking says 2-1 Newcastle. Amrit says 4-1. You said 4-1, man? Oh man,
you know it. You know
he
it.
Ain't even trying. He ain't trying to win.
Listen, we're due a performance. We're due a performance, and this is going to happen. Hopefully,
we're good. Jamie from the Max is 1-1. 1-1. Antagonizing Jordy says 3-0 Newcastle. Mighty Mag 4-0 Newcastle. Jordy Tune for Life 2-1 Newcastle. Harry Austin 2-1 Newcastle. Stephen Makala says 1-1 a draw. Josh from Extra Time says 4-1 Newcastle. Stephen Rock the Tune from Wales in South Africa says 3-1. 3-1 Newcastle. Offer another tune. How do you guys call them? Scandinavian? Is that what it is?
Scandinavian, yeah.
Yeah, another tune Scandinavian legend who needs to fix his mic. We don't know anything, so we got to get his prediction. Ronald Turnbull says 4-0 Newcastle. Mighty Twat says 3-0 Newcastle. You still want to keep that? Mighty win?
3. No. 3-0, that's right, yes.
Yeah. Paul Clark says 1-0 Newcastle. Roy from Qatar says 2-1 Newcastle. Marky NUFC says 3-0 Newcastle United. Brian Scott, we need your predictions. RG Fox says 3-0 Newcastle. Andy Bell 2-1 Newcastle United. Foxy, you're able to play when you're ready. Trolls, we need his predictions tomorrow, so make sure to get his predictions. As of right now, the pot, let me just corroborate, because the pot is at 160, right? 160? How many people we got? Hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 people playing at the moment. So that's 32 times 5. That's 160, just to corroborate. The pot is 160. First place gets 100. Second place gets 40. Third place gets 15. Fourth place gets 5 pounds. Fifth place get a prize. Sixth place get a prize. Seventh get a prize. Look, you got a lot of chances to get your money back.
Just hand the money over now, innit?
To who?
To me.
Come on, man. You ain't even playing at the moment. You're mid-table, man. You're with Wolves right now, man.
I'm in European position, man, and we're only 3 games in.
Let me see.
Exactly. Never judge a painting when it's only half.
Exactly.
I'm worried about my 3-0 prediction because if everything goes to plan.
Mighty win. Stop playing, man. You
are literally
be
more
fighting.
than that.
You're fighting relegation right now, man. With Paul, Roy, and Marky, man. Get out of here.
I might have got it wrong again because I think we could possibly get 6 tomorrow.
Today's Sunday, man. What tomorrow?
Sunday, yeah.
By the way,
Sunday, whatever.
You get relegated. You're gonna go to other YouTube channels. You know what I'm talking about. You're gonna go with the shite ones. But anyways, thank you so much for your support. Of course, great show, great stuff. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is NUFC Talk TV. My name is Chris, the American Mag, Gary the Doctor, the Mighty Win, and I'm Reed from Newcastle. He's a Geordie. He could join the Toon Talk Worldwide because he is Indian. He's Indian. He's literally Indian.
He can't. I've told him he can't join Worldwide until he gets some of his Indian chums onto it.
But if you join the Toon Talk Worldwide, you definitely got to put your
turban on. Yeah, I'll wear my full outfit. You know.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You speak Indian, don't you?
You go all James Bond on you.
A little bit, yeah.
This is a disgrace, man. Come on,
I can speak it pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Oh my God. Anyways, thank you so much, folks. It's been great. Tomorrow, breakfast show at midday. Well, not so much breakfast. It's basically the press conference show. Review the whole press conference. I want sound bites, Gary. Sound bites. We got a drama, brother. And late 9 p.m. as well. Another 9 p.m. show. 2-hour show. We're going to do something. Something we're going to do. Saturday. What's Saturday? Just basically new show. Sunday, we get busy Sunday. Sunday is Armageddon. So against Wolves away. So thank you so much for your support. We shall see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye-bye now.